Hello? Hello, everybody. It's been so long since I have seen you all. It's been like a good 20 hours. About 20 hours. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Bimbo Cat Food. If it is your first time here, a double welcome to you. And also, guess what? I love you, but not as much as I love my girlfriend. I just gotta put that boundary out there right off the top. That's gonna be the new intro for the year, I think. Hell yeah. Damn right, that's gonna be the new intro for the year. Oh my god, I figured it out. I cracked the code. That's how I change up the stream. I do it. Speaking of girlfriend and also friend, we got the whole Commonwealth gang up in here. Hello, friends and girlfriend.
Hello.
Hello. I saw Warfy jumped in here like immediately, and I'm like, oh, okay. Warfy excited for VLR stream.
Everyone excited for VLR stream.
I'm not excited for VLR.
Oh.
I'm kidding. I am excited. I'm just not participating.
We got an Alcesti on
I
the stream.
juked you.
Oh my god, Mina, where'd Mina go? Mina die. Alcesti here now.
I took over.
Alcesti's town now.
I put her in a box. She loves it in there.
Oh fuck
I
yeah.
so she thinks it's nighttime, and so she's taking a nap.
Is Mina a bird now?
She's my little creature.
That's so
I hear
good.
my spaghetti boiling.
Oh my god. Oh, this is the gayest stream already.
I'm out of the box now.
You're out of the box? That was fast.
Yeah, I broke out. I dug out with my hog snout.
Oh shit, you're so good.
I know.
Fuck.
Like I see complaints about me digging up her soil all the time.
Oh no, is there truffles in there?
There's so
You
many.
just hide the truffles as a treat. Like,
Ooh. Sorry, I have to like actually boot up this game because I forgot. I forgot.
Now you remember.
I do remember. Okay. I think Warfy jumped in the call and then was like, I'm gonna go make a food.
Oops.
And a piss.
Truck up piss.
Game's so loud.
yeah, that's not like.
Fuck. I always forget how loud the game is, and then I get like the opening title like music, and it's like bah right in my ear holes. My delicate, sensitive ear holes. There's a video game for you.
Thank you.
Oh, I need to change my overlay shit. Hold on. I'm not gonna show ear hole. That would be weird. Also, I'm constantly showing ear hole.
Cat or human?
I'm sorry?
Warfy? Hello. you came in at a good time.
This curse is manifested in voice chat too. Awesome.
No! That was the wrong button to push.
Yes, we're starting over.
Starting from the beginning. Let me please God.
No.
Please God. Hold on. I have to turn my keyboard on. I almost forgot that. Please God, let me be free. Okay. Where do I go? Quit? Yes. But die. I don't want to die. I like living.
Your smug face welcomes you back.
Ugh. Oh God. Fuck my life. Oh, I have to unmute the game. Probably. That would be a good idea. That's true. That's very true. Yep, that's incredibly true. Okay, we have one. Oh, okay. We should go down here. We should go down here first. And then, oh, we got so many long routes left.
Really, just the
Yeah, but that's two more than I want.
two.
I want answers, Uchikoshi.
Listen, remember what I told you? If we can do those 2 rooms today, then we will cascade to like, we'll be finished with 5 more endings this week. I guarantee.
What the fuck? Oh no, 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 thank you, no, thank you, no, thank you. I don't want to see that happen again. Oh no, but I have to do it. I forgot. Sigma's horny energies.
Results from round 2 of the ambit. Please.
This isn't gonna kill him, is it? It is not. Okay. Sorry, Tenmyoji. Oh, well, this is not gonna go well, is it?
Well, only one person is mine, so.
Great.
So well when people get 9. What do you mean?
It always goes super good.
Please check your bracelet to see your.
Yeah, whatever, Rita.
And I'm sure
Right.
Focus sticks around waiting for Alice and does nothing.
That's how it is, huh?
Sorry, Tenmyoji. You know how it is with time travel.
He just looks down at us. He was like, I knew you'd think with your dick, you moron.
Sorry. I just couldn't bring myself to
Alright.
trust you.
I could have chosen
Sorry, I'm
betrayal.
extra giggly right now for unknown reasons.
Oh, I wonder why.
That was a possibility.
Yeah. After all, you did choose betray in the last round.
That was a completely different situation. Well, in any event, your idiotic paranoia has given Clover 9 BP.
It sure has, buddy.
How do you intend to deal with that?
I'm gonna murder her? Don't worry. She'd never try and open the...
Really? Then what's that?
Huh?
Look, I believe she's standing in front of the number 9 door right
Of course she is. Yeah. Yeah. Uh-huh.
The Curb Your Enthusiasm theme starts playing.
What the hell? No way. God, immediately. She's just like, I am fucking out of here, bitch. Later.
Oh, the number 9 door.
No, K disappoint.
She opened it.
Shit.
She did not hesitate.
Nope.
Clover.
It's not really funny about 5's only reaction just being shit.
Yeah, that's very good. The hell are you doing?
Sorry. Alice gave me an order, though.
Clover, you have to get out of here and call for help. My BP's down to 1. I'll have to play the AV game at least 3 more times in order to get to 9. If someone beats me to it, then we'll be trapped here forever. That can't happen. I'm giving you an order as your commanding officer. Escape.
What about the promise you made me?
Promise?
You said you listened to anything I said.
So, I am, aren't I? I can sure hear you well enough.
Fuck off.
Every little word is reaching my ears, isn't it?
You
What? Were you thinking of something gross?
never.
You're a perv.
That's the last thing she's gonna say to me.
Signal's like, that's no fair, you bamboozled me.
Hey, come on now.
Being easily bamboozable.
You wouldn't just go to the
Bamboozled.
Nonary games and tell lies, would you?
You think people would do that? Go into a Nonary game and tell lies?
Number 9 door has been
Telling lies? No Sigma.
remain open for 9 seconds.
Really convenient for cutscenes that the door takes so fucking long to open.
So I'll be
No
hanging
shit,
out.
right?
Clover!
Clover!
Fucking bitch! You're not getting out of here!
Wow, Dio, okay. Dio leapt toward Clover with a roar, but she danced quickly aside, dodging his punch with ease. Wow! Okay, he was actually gonna punch her, huh?
Bye, guys.
The last carefree grin, she leapt through the number 9 door. The last thing she, basically the last thing she said to Sigma was that he's a perv.
Yeah.
Got fucking bamboozled.
Hate to see a girl boss down.
Well,
The number
good job,
9
us.
door has closed.
So way back on in 2012 or 2013, on Tumblr, I saw a screen cap of Clover standing in front of the number 9 door, and someone had just edited the text to say "Sayonara, shit lips."
As the game
That's so good.
all doors other than the number 9 door is
Yeah, whatever.
She's gone. Shit.
All we can do now is wait for her to call for help.
Help, huh? Let's hope there's still someone who can.
What's that supposed to mean? Tenmyoji said nothing, just shuffled off through the yellow door and out of the room. A cold silence descended on the rest of us. There was a silence that promised to remain for a very, very long time. Man, we got a game over already, huh?
Off to a good start.
Great start. Very ostentatious start. The stream's gonna go good. Okay. Well, that's one path done.
Yeah.
All right. Now we should go down this one, I guess.
Yeah, go to that branch and go into the red door, and you will cascade down to so many answers.
Oh. Oh fuck. I'll take Dio. That means the red door for us.
Betting on the dark horse, huh? Feels kind of weird to say that about myself.
Not used to getting picked for anything.
No, I'm just picking you so I can keep my eye on you.
Yeah. I won't hesitate, bitch. Are you okay with that, Clover?
Well, I don't really trust him, but if Alice really wants to go with option B...
Yes, this works fine. Kay, Tenmyoji, and I will take the green door. It's not great, but it's better than Dio.
That's fair.
That's a slam on Kay and Tenmyoji there.
It's a very low bar.
That's a very, very low bar.
Okay, I'll take good...
I do like that everyone's like, you're all strangers, don't trust you. Except Luna, she alright. Like, no one's...
No, yeah, Luna is just like the sweetest girl. Very good. Everybody trusts her.
Everybody trusts her. And the one time you betray her, everyone's like, not Luna.
Not Luna.
Yeah.
What the fuck, dude? What about fighting
Like,
Kay?
Kay would not leave Park with anyone else. Like,
Yeah.
I'll take Quark and Luna, and we'll do the blue door.
I also approve of option B. I will take the green door, correct?
You know your colors, Kay. Yeah.
He grows up so fast.
Looks like we're all set. Kay nodded and handed Quark gently to Luna.
is Dio really young? Or is he born at like normal baby age?
I think the implication is that he's normal. Like he's like his actual age. He was just like born like an incubator.
Dio is not normal.
Okay, let me rephrase that. He is of an age comparable to a real human adult.
Okay. That is fair. That is more fair to say.
I know.
I assume his whole childhood was the Rick and Morty, like all the Jerry's shaking hands, but it's just that with Dio.
1, 0.
All the lefts.
Chromatic
Yeah.
doors closing.
Okay, where are we dropping? Imagine if he was like Gears and GG. Imagine him being like 3. Ugh.
Explains so much.
It would explain a lot. What is this? Oh my god, how many times can I stomach doing this?
And you can just mash through this.
Dunno.
Yeah.
Well,
Don't get...
Does the word for lever make any kind of sense as an innuendo in Japanese?
Clover.
God, she makes that pun.
This time, she's the one making everyone else laugh.
This chick.
Dio, I am going to hurt you.
I am going to physically attack you. I wouldn't rule it out. Let's just take it easy with her, okay?
Hey! What kind
Coming right off of the timeline where she totally finessed Sigma and Dio at the same time.
Right?
I guess it can't be helped though. You boys just
The bimbo is just a facade. Okay, that one sucks. Oh my god.
Oh man.
That's a little bit unsettling.
Sigma, please.
She's normal. What? I wouldn't do that. What if it only makes her worse?
Well,
Yeah, that's why you shouldn't do that.
How about we throw that lever?
I thought you said we should stay away from it.
Well, you don't really think anything bad's gonna happen if you.
Oh my god.
I do appreciate that Clover is just like, okay, enough comedy genius for now. Y'all don't understand it.
Y'all don't get it.
I don't need you guys to appreciate it to know I'm a genius.
She probably doesn't think it's funny. She just likes the psychic damage it does on them.
I'm laughing, and that's all that matters.
Yeah, she probably knows a thing or two about psychic damage.
Yeah. A laboratory.
Laboratory.
I'm gonna.
Okay, how does everyone here pronounce this word? I'm curious.
Laboratory.
Yeah, laboratory.
Okay, good. Everyone here is a common human being and not a
Well, it
monster.
said laboratory on the door, didn't it? I figure that means they're dissecting.
We're not Dexter from Dexter's Lab.
I was gonna say, but when I talk about Dexter's Lab, I say Dexter's Laboratory. A laboratory, huh?
Do you think they might research stuff like viruses here?
I sure hope not.
If they do,
Good idea.
She says that while looking right into the camera.
Yeah. Maybe they'll be able to find some of that Excalibur.
if we do, we can cure Quark.
You really think it'll be that easy?
Well, somebody is a positive thinker.
Shut it. Just saying. This place hasn't exactly been set up for us to succeed so far.
What do you mean? All the puzzles are totally solvable. Well, we won't know until we look. So let's get started. This one doesn't have any, like, intimidating-looking puzzles.
Yeah, if I'm remembering correctly, this one's fairly straightforward.
Looks like a Mountain Dew processing plant. That's what it looks. That's exactly what it looks like.
The Pilk Factory.
That's a good one.
Oh. I am truly blessed. Oh my god. It's seeds. Oh, that's not what I wanted. Oh no. Is this like a little tiny pipe?
A little gachapon.
Oh,
a little gacha pipe.
I was thinking weed.
I know that thing.
Yeah, I am aware of this. Let's me see that.
Dio, are you good?
Dio, you good? You been drinking the Mountain Dew? What? I don't want to dissect a frog. Don't make me do it. Oh, weed.
Weed.
Oh no!
Examine it.
Look, it's so cute.
Examine
Lord Hoppington.
I love this joke so much.
Huh. I love Lord Hoppington. He's my friend.
Lord Hoppington is the new stream mascot.
A dead friend.
Yeah.
Listen, he's just having a nap.
He's just surviving. Yeah, it's fine.
Ineffable.
It's fine.
His soul is at the farm. Whoa. Oh, it's a blendy. I pulverize
Sigma
the
starts a
seed?
YouTube channel. Will it blend?
Oh my god, Dio. Is this the first time I've had Dio helping me with a puzzle?
Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, I think Dio and Kay only help you in one room each, unfortunately.
Oh my god. What? Whoa. Oh god. Oh fuck.
Ooh.
That was really disorienting. Look at the goo. Oh, this is where they make gay people.
Gotta make the frogs gay.
While the frog's there, they're testing it, testing to see if they're turning gay.
Oh, I get it.
It's all connected.
That's why you put your hand in and it causes you pain.
Hey, Dio.
Hey, Dio, stick your hand in there. It's fine, don't worry about it. Ooh, a knife. And, huh. Yep.
You got it.
You sure got it.
Oh, why didn't you voice that, Luka?
I don't voice the lines in the escape rooms.
Laura's like, that's unsettling, dude.
This is established. I did have to voice him doing it before.
Yeah.
It's a lot.
A what?
The fuck is a thigh tank?
What the fuck is a thigh tank? What's wrong with you?
She's doing it on purpose just to bother them.
What is this? Okay, I'm gonna... Oh, God. Preparation 1. Prepare the 5 different hydroponic fluids. Dilute with ratio 1 part fluid, 10 parts water. Each fluid has a distinct color. Prepare the 5 types of plant seeds. 2 long seeds, 3 round seeds. Research has shown there's a distinct and repeatable relationship between the fluid used and the type of seed. These relationships can be categorized in the following manner. The long seeds failed to germinate in 3 of the fluids. Round seeds in fluid B, yellow, and fluid D, cyan, failed to germinate. Okay. None of the marked seeds...
Hell yeah.
None of the marked seeds germinated if put in fluid C. So fluid C is a no-go.
For any marked seeds, yeah.
Wait, non-marked seeds?
Yeah, there's ones with like no pattern and there's ones with a pattern.
Non-marked seeds failed to germinate in fluid A, red, or fluid B, yellow. When the striped seeds were put into fluid D, cyan, and fluid E, blue, only one of them failed to germinate. Oh, I don't want to dissect a frog. Remove the specimen from its preserving ethanol. Dispose of the ethanol by pouring it down the drain in the fume cupboard. The ethanol will be filtered and gathered in the liquid waste tank beneath the cupboard. Begin dissection using provided scalpel. Wait, what was that? Be sure to conduct your dissection inside the fume cupboard. Which is where we got the scalpel, I assume? Or
I believe so.
Oh,
I think it's the one
Here,
next to it.
because it's the drain.
Yeah. Okay, let's do a bad time. The froggy ethanol. Oh no!
Why wouldn't you use the tray, Sigma? There's a metal tray.
There's literally a metal tray over there, bud. Aww.
Shut up, dear.
Here's an asshole.
The biggest asshole.
I googled thigh tank, only found tank tops that said thick thighs save lives. Oh, okay.
And the clothing has one then, I guess.
Oh, he did the dead parrot joke. Look at this guy, everyone who's cultured, he likes Monty Python.
Ugh. Oh, Dio do it. Oh my god, he had drugs in him.
He had a gachapon.
Oh, what's in there?
Gotcha.
The meth gotcha.
Oh my god. Froggy was a drug mule. Oh. Oh, just the one?
It was empty still.
Yeah. If you examine it, I think it says empty. Yeah.
Oh. Where do I stick the metal bit? Dilute it with water. Do I have water?
No, I think you just have the saline solution.
But I think that's what the pipes above it are for.
Oh my god, it's this
This one again.
Did they do this one in this game, or was it in 999?
No, it was in this game.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
And in like 5 Mario parties.
Yeah, okay, yeah. So with each connector, it, like, gets halved, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I have to look at that note again, don't I? Oh, they all need 10, don't they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, no, they need 10 parts water for each
one part fluid. So
yeah,
the numbers down here would be: this is 3 parts fluid, this is 3 parts fluid, that's 2 part, 5 part, 3 part. Okay. So then, red needs 30. Yellow needs 30. So if I do it like that, it goes down both.
If you do it one more time, I think you get 30 in the left one. Put the other middle one down?
Yes. So
yeah,
then...
it'll be 20 done that way, and then 20 on that way, which is split to 10.
So this is 40 going down, that's 20 going here, 20 going into green. Oh, is this one easier than the other one?
Hold on. Hold on.
The
Put
solution...
the other 2 in neutral. Put the other 2 in neutral. I'm very curious.
Yeah. In neutral? Like...
Facing down.
And then pull the
and
lever?
then hit the lever.
Oh my god, it really was that easy.
Yeah, it is.
Are you fucking kidding me?
No.
I thought
I got to the same point in that puzzle after writing stuff down and went, oh, shut up. And just
Like,
put them all
wait.
down.
That's honestly hilarious.
I did it!
Maybe they thought you did this one first for some reason.
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe it was another attempted bamboozle.
Oh, God. Okay. Alright, let me... Okay. Fuck. Okay. When the striped seeds were put into fluid D and fluid E, only one of them fit. These are the worst research notes ever. Like, they're supposed to be, like, detailed and shit.
Like, was this written by the fucking Riddler?
Yeah. Striped seeds, so like, oh, these are like Hamtaro sunflower seeds.
Yeah. For your ham hands.
Fluid D, cyan, and okay. Oh. What? What? Oh.
I think you... Yeah.
Oh, fuck. Okay.
Some of these look like cookies.
They do look like... They look like Yoshi cookies.
Yeah, like
So
Yoshi cookies.
I do have text that's just these notes simplified, if that would be easier, because it is, like, a lot to read.
Because they're just written in a weird way, because it's like the last one is just saying it's definitely D or E for one of the strat seeds, right?
Yeah. None of the marked seeds germinated if put in fluid C. Non-marked seeds failed to germinate in fluid A. So I want them to germinate, right?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. When the striped seeds are put into fluid... Okay, non-marked seeds fail to germinate in fluid A and B. So I at least want them over here. At the very least. In this general vicinity.
And one of them has to be the green C. Because striped ones don't work in.
Well, let's go one point at a time.
Long seeds fail to germinate in 3 of the fluids. That is not helpful information. Well, that is because they only germinate in 2, and that is. Ugh. Round seeds in fluid B yellow and fluid D cyan fail to germinate, which means that goes there. Wait, which one was that? Wait, hold on. Round seeds in fluid B and failed to germinate, which means I'm gonna put this here.
Still round though.
Oh fuck. Yeah. Yes. None of the marked seeds germinated if put in fluid C. Oh. None of the marked seeds. Okay. Non-marked seeds fail to germinate in fluid A or fluid B. Okay.
If you hit check, does it reset everything, or does it just keep it as it is?
I don't know. When the striped seeds were put into fluid D cyan and fluid E blue, only one of them failed to germinate.
Okay.
Alright, it keeps it though.
Yeah, but it keeps it where it was. That's good.
Okay, let's go through this again. Brown seeds in fluid B yellow and fluid D cyan failed to germinate. Oh, I see. Okay, round do not go in blue. Or round do not go in yellow or cyan. Here's what I'm gonna do. Doing operator symbols, I guess. Suddenly I am Marble Hornets. Okay. None of the marked seeds germinated if put in fluid C. How am I gonna convey that?
Like 3 stripes and a slash through it or something?
No, or like cross out an M or something? I don't know.
Oh!
No, I don't want to die.
Worthy, that makes sense to me.
No, it's crossing out Mark. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, we hate Mark. We also hate Mario. Non-marked seeds fail to germinate in fluid A or fluid B. So I'll do N for non-marked. Wait, which one was it? A and... Fuck. A and B. Okay. When the striped seeds are put into fluid D, cyan, and fluid E, blue, only one of them failed to germinate. So, striped. So, S. And I'll do this. Eh? This is the only information we have about blue. Okay. So red cannot have non-marked. Yellow cannot have round or non-marked. Which means that has to go there.
Yep. That is marked and not round.
Okay, round. So round striped has to go here. But a round can't go there, so... Whoops, that's not what I wanted. So this has to go here. Wait, what? I didn't want to do that, but... Oh!
Oh!
It tells you which one.
Oh, it tells you. Okay,
I had them all wrong before, huh?
Wait, so you can just swap those two then,
yeah,
right?
I can just swap those two.
Hell yeah.
Nice.
Map defeated.
Hell yeah.
Uncharacteristically considerate for a puzzle in this game.
Yeah, no shit.
I really didn't expect... You could just brute force it with that alone. Like...
Yeah. Sigma has sown his seeds, huh?
I love his response. Like, just don't.
Just shut up. Oh my god, I got more drugs.
It's a Pokeball.
It is a Pokeball.
Pokemon themed drugs.
Pokemon themed fun.
Yo, I would do Pokemon themed drugs. I don't know what that means, but I would.
You can both say that because it's legal in Canada.
It's true.
Well, it depends on the drug.
Can't do anything.
I'm pretty sure Pokemon themed drugs are what Team Skull does.
Yeah.
Okay, so I have more seed. What?
I love that response. Why not? Box up the puzzle immediately. Has to count and separate them.
Zero just presses himself up against the security camera monitor, like, no, stop! What are you doing?
Please! What? The what? Oh, this was for this. Place plant matter in designated blender in every blender. Once the material has been thoroughly broken down, add in a solution of saline water. Oh.
These are all like high school like science like tests like.
Yeah, I'm making fun tea. Oh, it's piss.
You mean piss?
God.
All these times of talking about going to go make piss, and you finally did it.
Wow. Wait, do we have ethanol?
You don't, but I think it collected in the little tank where we dissected Lord Hoppington.
Oh, I see. Let's take the whole
Little
thing,
piss
huh?
tank? Little piss tank?
It is a little piss tank.
She got their deal, little piss tank, you little piss boy.
Oh, Oh my god. There's an empty capsule to collect it. Oh my god, they just soak it all up? How?
I ask.
Oh! I got a password already?
Mm-hmm.
It's that easy.
Oh, that's a really easy password too. Okay, well,
this one's like this one's really obviously not the final one.
Yeah, like I still have this. What is that? Like, what is this?
Range machine.
All right. Can I put the roots in here? Oh, yep. Am I gonna get a green? Then... Oh, the saline. Duh. There's no way it's this easy.
And yet.
Okay. Well, I'm not gonna have any more items. I guess it could make me do a fucked up puzzle. What? It's making me do a fucked up puzzle.
It is.
Gacked!
The singer.
Love Homestuck references. Did you see Homestuck was trending this morning?
What? Why?
Yeah.
For the funniest possible reason.
Why was Homestuck trending?
It's because people name the show's games in popular media. They feel they dodged a bullet by avoiding.
Oh.
Homestuck trending.
Yeah. You're going, oh my, oh. A plus C. B plus D. Okay. Dio, how do you know things? A is connected to a T. So does this loop back around from bottom to top?
Have a play around
Wait.
with it and you'll probably...
Oh, what? What? Whoa.
So A and T.
It's honestly kind of hard to describe.
What is happening? Wait. Why does it do that? Why do I hate this? Why do... What? Wait. Oh. This is fucking me up on purpose.
Mm-hmm.
This is purposely being mean and rude. Okay, so it's G
Yeah, I'm
plus
gonna be
C,
honest.
right?
Yeah. I'm gonna be honest, I completely lucked out, like, just finding the answer for this one.
Oh, so
It sounds like one
Like,
just
you
going
did
nuts on.
it.
Oh, nice.
Hell
I'll be
yeah!
honest. I looked at that one and went, I'm not solving this, and then just pulled my phone out.
I have the hugest, biggest brain.
You do.
Dude.
Fuck yeah. Okay, let's look at green, no, green, yes. Is that, wait. Okay. Star, sun, moon. Excellent. Wait, wait.
Green is for the normal password.
Wait, hold on.
What? But you had to get the second.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
What?
So wait, they just gave me the blue password?
Uh-huh.
Why would they?
It was the
Why would they-
dilution puzzle.
But you need all four to possibly get the second one.
Yeah, right?
No.
What?
No, two of them are required for either of the password, and then one each for the password itself. So you got a container from mixing up the root, and then you got a container from doing the dilution puzzle.
But the dilution
So you
puzzle
need-
was really easy.
Yeah.
Yes.
So was that one dice puzzle where you just had to like move the dice into the same like colored corners or whatever.
Listen, shut up.
Why are they? Why are
that
the passwords
did-
not gold
Okay.
and silver to avoid this?
Yeah.
Mina, I'm sorry, I didn't mean that to come out that way. I just think matching the numbers is harder than matching the colors.
A map. I don't care about a map. Hey, there's a drugs in here. I love a drugs. Why would you grab the notebook first?
Reaches around the obvious file. I'll just be taking this.
What? Anyway.
we can't be bothered showing it, but trust us, it's some language in here.
Sigma, did you just learn how to read?
Excalibur.
What was it? Axe? Someone say axe?
Yeah, no. No. You don't get to see this shit. The fuck you talking about? What do you think you are? You know who you are. And also, wasn't the blue puzzle like fucked up easy too? Uh-huh.
Yeah, they both were. This is a break for it.
It's just stars. Okay. We just did an entire room in no time flat.
Good, more time for story.
My brain is so huge, and this room was not. This is the hardest room ever, actually. I found it.
You found it.
Found it.
Hey, hold on a minute. There's something. Nah, I guess there's a couple of things I want to double check. Well, one of them's not really significant, I guess.
Huh?
First off, this machine.
Oh, yeah.
We didn't even end up using this thing, did we?
No. Hey, uncharacteristically good point, Dio. Yeah.
He feels at home here.
He do. Well, I'm not sure I'm supposed to answer that. Look at the side here. There's a name or something. IG Replicator?
Replicator makes it sound like it makes copies of stuff.
Thanks.
Astute observation.
So it's like a copy machine?
Yeah. Probably copies IG. Whatever that is.
Me pretending I know what I was talking about.
So it's like that.
So it's like that. I understand everything now. Any ideas?
Who knows?
It's such a big mood. It's like, oh, I understand fully, but just to make you understand, why don't you repeat it?
Yeah.
Ice cream by the gallon?
Clover.
I don't know why that got me.
Of course. This machine must be here so we can just make all the ice cream we want. Are you nuts? You're one idiotic girl, you know that? In other words, an IG? Oh, that's what it is! It's me!
Oh, good.
The pilk mats.
Wait, this machine makes bimbos?
Clover's not even mad. She's just like, oh.
Oh, good one. She's like, hell yeah, dude.
There's a helpless child back there in the infirmary who needs our help.
Oh, now you care.
I cannot express how angry this made me. The fuck are you talking about? Thank you, Sigma. Oh, you know, you guys actually feel bad. What? No! He's not right.
He's saying it just to get him to shut up. But he is technically right.
He was right, of course. I hung my head in shame.
At any rate, as long as we don't know what IG means.
Don't let Dio make you feel bad. Look at him.
That's right.
Makes sense.
Look at that hat. You want that guy to make you feel bad?
He looks like a circus ringleader Pokemon trainer.
He looks like a
He literally
he looks like a circus pervert.
He literally claimed he was a circus ringleader for his cover
Yeah,
story.
Yeah.
It's so funny because he could have chosen anything to dress himself as. He didn't need to do that.
No, Dio.
Listen, he just wanted to make it look appropriate that he's someone who's constantly surrounded by clownery.
No, Dio, I am not going to show you this file. Why?
I didn't really get a good look at it before. You guys were in there so close I could barely see it. Was it really Excelavir?
Yeah, definitely. As I spoke, I pulled the vial out of my pocket. See, it's written right there on the label. Excelavir?
You really are an idiot. Although I guess in this case the G and IG stands for guy.
What? I don't... The words were barely out of my mouth when he moved. Before I could blink, the vial disappeared from my hand. This is a fucking Apollo Justice moment. Like, hey, culprit, here is some evidence. Hey, what gives?
What are you doing?
He slipped the vial quickly into his coat.
Oh, don't worry. I'll keep it safe. I'll even give it back to you later.
No, it's literally a red-white moment, isn't it?
Yeah.
Fuck. Give it back now?
I don't think so. If you want it back, you're gonna have to listen to my request.
Request?
Yeah, that's what I said. If you want this back, in the next AB game, you have to choose ally.
Ally? Wait, is that why you took the medicine to blackmail me?
That's horrible! You're using Quark's life as leverage!
Well, I've got some really good reasons to do so.
Do you?
I'll be happy to give it back if you just do what I say.
I didn't realize until the lace started to hurt that I'd curled my hands into fists. Yeah, punch him! If Dio would only give me an opening.
I wouldn't try and take it back by force if I were you. You make any sudden moves and I'll smash it.
He patted his pocket gently.
Oh, and one more thing. Don't tell those other idiots that you found some Excelavir in here. I hear one word about it, and the next thing you hear will be little bits of glass shattering on the floor.
Damn, we shouldn't be wasting time because of a sick kid, by the way.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Like, not seconds ago.
Yeah.
Being clever. It's about one thing. How well you can manipulate people to your advantage. How unfair you can be. So, what are you gonna do?
Murder you at the first available opportunity.
Ready to promise me you'll pick ally?
No. I'm absolutely not going to. I mean, to an extent, I recognize that I have to at some point, but not immediately.
You're not gonna be happy about it.
I'm not gonna be pleased. Fine. I promise.
Oh, I knew you'd say it eventually. I'm glad you understand how this works. But don't think about trying anything funny. Break your promise and... well, you know what happens.
I hate this guy so much.
See you chumps later. I'm really looking forward to the next round.
With one last self-satisfied chuckle, Dio shredded out of the room. I hope he doesn't survive the true ending.
Are you really going to do what he says?
Yeah?
Sigma, you've only got one BP right now.
Oh.
Hey, let me murder you. Otherwise this child dies.
If we choose ally and he chooses betray...
I know. I'll drop to -1 and that means I'll get penalized.
But that means...
Look, it's not like I want to, alright? If I don't do as he says, then he'll destroy the medicine. If he does that, then Quark will...
So you're going to die to save his life? That's...
so cool!
Why would you do that?
In all honesty, I was terrified. My choice was far from a foregone conclusion. Well, we should get back to the upper floor. Everybody else is probably finished already. I bet they're waiting for us. I didn't wait for Clover's response. Hey, you know what's kind of fucking me up? It kind of looks like Ally is the longer route here.
Is Ally always on the left?
I would have.
I think so.
I think so.
Yes.
Yeah.
Which is weird. Unless Sigma being a milkman makes him immune to tubercularine or whatever the fuck.
Milkman.
He is a milkman.
That's what the Psychonauts level was about. Yeah, trying to find a Sigma.
Exactly.
Sigma's milk, however, is not delicious.
No, it's really gross.
An ambidextrous
Oh my god, it feels so dirty to be in this team this time. Ugh.
45 minutes remain until Ambidex game polling closes.
Ugh.
Sorry, I went ahead and cracked it open a bit early.
Dio. In one of his hands was a moon key. He twirled it around like a veteran gambler, grinned, and slid it back into his pocket.
You don't mind, right? I figured you and Clover would get up here right away. Besides, I thought it'd be best to get this done soon before you lose your nerve. I don't know about you. I'm really looking forward to the next round.
Yeah, you're looking forward to killing me? Ugh. I glanced around the warehouse. Alice and Kay were back. As was Phi. And, of course, Clover. Where'd Tenmyoji and the rest of them?
They're in the infirmary.
We carried Quark to one of the beds. Tenmyoji and Luna are looking after him.
I see.
How's he doing?
Well, it's hard to say. He seems to be sleeping soundly, but beyond that, there's really no way to know.
No change then, huh?
Right.
So what was your room, Sigma?
A laboratory?
Is that so?
Did it look like the kind of place where they'd be researching viruses and DNA and those kinds of things?
Yeah, it did.
Was there any of that Excelavir?
No. Yeah, uh-huh. My eyes flicked to Dio for a moment. No, nothing.
What frustrates me is why they don't just tell Kay, because Kay would snap to you like a twig instantly.
Yeah.
You could grab him like by the neck, like a small like insect.
Did anyone go to the laboratory before? Because this feels really familiar, but from like a different perspective.
I think so. Yeah, I think on the Alice route, someone mentioned that they found Excelavir there, but they just gave it to Quark.
Huh. Okay. Beside me, Clover bit her lip.
I see.
So how'd it go with you? Find anything interesting? Vi only shook her head. With a unison of movement that almost looked choreographed, Alice and Kay shrugged.
Where does that leave us? We've still got about 40 minutes left until voting ends.
What are you gonna do?
I'm a little curious about that lab.
I like how nobody's mad that this happened, actually.
I'll show you the way then.
That would be wonderful.
You know what? We wouldn't even need to tell Kay. We could just tell Phi, and she would, like, fucking flying knee Dio in the fucking face. Like...
It's worried any, like, tackling him or, like, shattering in 5.
Maybe.
I think I'll go have a look at the room Alice, Kay, and Tenmyoji found. Never know. Maybe you missed something. Perhaps there's some Excelavir hidden somewhere in there.
Oh, you asshole.
you're blue now.
That's my power. There.
Very good.
Got him.
Fucking got him.
Shithead.
Oh dear.
Sigma starts scribbling something down, giggling to himself.
I don't love that he's like the kind of guy who talks to you openly like that, though.
Yeah.
Like,
Fucking bastard.
What about you two? Where are you going?
such a good bastard, man.
Well, I think I'll start by heading over to the infirmary to see how Quark's doing.
Then I will too.
Glad that's settled.
She nodded to Clover and they disappeared through the magenta door. Theo and Kay followed a few footsteps behind. So like the moment we go into the infirmary, we're gonna tell everybody, right? Like he's gone?
Not there. You just tell them.
Just tell them. Okay then. Guess we should be going too.
Hold on. Show me that journal first. Dio told me about it. He wouldn't tell me anything about the lab except that you found a journal with, his words, some sort of bullshit language. He said you had it, so I was hoping I could take a look.
Yeah? One sec. I dug the journal out of my pocket and handed it to Phi. She began to flip through the pages, her eyes quickly scanning each one. Oh, is it in Latin?
Yeah.
Uchikoshi's cool enough to not use Latin.
Latin? You mean you can read it?
Yeah, with time and a dictionary.
Sigma the PhD student says, ugh, Latin.
Gross. So in other words, no?
Pardon me for not being able to translate a dead language on the fly. This looks like some kind of research log. It's not gonna be some sort of, I took the dog for a walk today. It was nice kind of stuff.
Why did she say
her Aegis voice?
She said that so robot-y. It was really good.
Yeah. Literally just Karen Strassman's Aegis voice.
Yeah.
But most of these words I've never even seen.
And that's how most language books are, I guess.
Phi started to leaf through the book again as she spoke. Then suddenly she stopped.
Wait. I can read this one. Page 216. This isn't research notes. It looks like a personal entry.
Uh-huh. What's it say?
Don't rush me. This is gonna take a minute.
So we're gonna tell her about the Accelavir now, right?
Interesting. Alright, I think I got it. It looks like they're talking about Radical 6.
Man, it sure is convenient that that's the only thing that you could translate in the book. That's real. What? Why are they talking about that?
Not sure. Let me read it to you. Keep in mind I'm paraphrasing.
When the body is infected with Radical 6, the processing speed of the brain is reduced. If we assume the brain currently operates on a one-to-one basis with regards to time, Radical 6 reduces this to 1 over 1/6?
Yeah, 1 to the square root of 1/6.
1 to the square root of 1/6. Or approximately 1 over 0.408. This means that for each second that passes outside, the patient feels that only 0.40 seconds have passed inside. Wait. Therefore, when 1 second has passed inside, approximately 2.45 seconds, or square root 6 seconds have passed outside. Wait. So that speeds up your perception of what's happening around you.
It does indeed, yeah.
Like,
well,
what?
Everything appears.
Alvin and Chipmunking. Yeah.
Sorry. Everything appears to be going faster. It's not that you're
but it's
processing
not,
it faster.
It's not actually happening faster. It's just
basically you can't keep up.
Yeah.
So, like, what happened to Sigma before?
Funny that.
Funny that. In other words, when 10 seconds passed in the real world, the patient infected with Radical 6 would feel as if only 4 seconds had passed. This is why the virus has been termed Radical 6. What? Square root of 6, right?
Yeah.
Radical is another term for what is also known as the root operation, the function inverse to the taking of a power. In a less mathematical sense, it can also be used to refer to something that is extreme or severe. Those infected by Radical 6 eventually develop a powerful urge to commit suicide. The exact cause of this is unclear, and although there is as of yet no direct link between suicidal urges and the reduction in mental processing speed, many believe that they are not unrelated. Those infected with Radical 6 perceive the world to be moving at a fever pitch as if it were a video cassette being fast-forwarded. For instance, although the patient believes that only 10 seconds have passed, in fact, 24.5 seconds have passed. Given this increased speed of input, maintaining the ability to observe and reason would become a Herculean task. One theory holds that the disparity in time perception causes the brain to be flooded with massive amounts of information. Unable to keep up, it begins to fail. Whatever the cause, the infected invariably attempt to take their own lives, which is arguably the most terrifying aspect of this virus. Research suggests that a targeted antiviral could kill or at least disable Radical 6, but we have been unable to develop one. It seems our best hope now is to harvest antibodies from someone with a natural immunity to the virus. Thus far, however, we have been unable to locate a suitable subject, so I have continued my efforts to discover an alternative means of treatment. Given my current rate of progress, I predict that I will have a workable treatment within a decade or two. It is my fervent hope that humanity will be able to survive that long. The bodies of those dead from suicide are piled up along the roads leading into and out of town. The entire area reeks with the stench of decay, and the sky is filled with the constant buzzing of flies. At times, their swarms are so thick that when one passes, it feels as if a cloud has gone over the sun. Every day I see more crows, and rats are everywhere, feeding on the dead. Ironically, the only healthy-looking creatures are the stray cats who have grown fat on a plentiful rodent diet. The few humans who survived the outbreak have been locked away by the government in underground shelters. I don't know how many were saved, but I fear only a handful. Their survival is the only hope that remains for the human race. Oh Lord, please, let their future be a bright one. Hey, that sucks, dude.
Yeah, it sure does.
That is not great. I'm gonna have a sip real quick. That was a lot of talking.
You made it.
I made it. Whoa, that's a lot of information. Now we know what the virus does to you, though. If you get infected, your brain slows down by the root of 1/6. That's, what, about 40%?
That isn't the important part. Those infected by Radical 6 eventually develop a powerful urge to commit suicide.
Unrealistic the government would save people, huh? Yeah, bye. You're so right. You're
a little
so
weird
smart
reading
and correct.
Plague Media in 2022.
Yeah, you're right. That would explain why Quirk was, well, trying to kill himself.
There are two other things in here that worry me. First, the part about how they haven't managed to develop a treatment for it yet. What do you make of that?
What am I supposed to make of it? Maybe they just hadn't found one when this journal was written? I mean, from what we know, there's a drug called Accelavir that cures it.
Exactly. But in the journal it says it might take 20 years to make something like that.
Hold on a second. I'm getting confused. When was this thing even written?
December 29th. No year.
Huh. Well, there's no way it was written this year.
Yeah, probably not.
But you guys would, like, remember this, right?
Well, if they got kidnapped on December 25th, then...
But, like, if there are literally corpses piling up on the streets...
Oh, yeah, that part, yeah.
They would probably, like, that is really far into, like, a deadly pandemic. Like, we are only 2 years into one, and we haven't gotten that bad yet. Small blessings, I guess.
Yeah, if you think everything things are bad, just think at least there aren't corpses on the road.
At least this isn't Radical 6.
Yeah.
The second concern I have is about the underground shelters it mentions. The newspaper article said something about quarantining people too. After we read it, we all thought the same thing. What if this was one of those quarantine facilities? But this journal seems to suggest the opposite.
Yeah. Oh. Fuck, you're right, Lucky Dingo. God damn it.
The few humans who survived the outbreak have been locked away by the government in underground shelters.
You're trying to say this place might be one of those underground shelters? Which would mean we're all supposed to be uninfected? We would have been thrown in here to keep us safe.
Yeah. I mean, there's no way to say for sure at this point, but it seems possible.
Wait. Oh! So they thought they were being quarantined because they had the virus. But this is them being is them being locked down so they don't get the virus. Possibly. Okay. But, I mean, boy, some of us sure do got it, huh? Thank you, Sigma. But Quark's been infected, right?
Maybe the virus got in somehow.
That would be bad.
Just think about it for a minute. If this is one of those shelters, a lot of things start to make sense. Maybe we've been here for a long time. Like, maybe they put us to sleep somehow. Made us sleep for years, maybe even decades. While we were sleeping, the pandemic that the newspaper article talked about happened. And whoever had this journal made this entry.
And then once the antiviral treatment was finished, they woke us up?
Right. It's all just speculation, but...
No, that doesn't make sense. I mean, it seems like a pretty plausible scenario, but we were all captured before the pandemic started, right?
Yeah.
And how would they have put us to sleep for that long? How would they have known to do that? Huh. Man, Sigma, you're asking some really important questions, I feel. But most importantly, why the hell are we playing the Nonary game if the point of this place is to save us? Throwing a bunch of people into a game that might kill them is a pretty weird way to protect them from a pandemic.
Yeah, you're right.
See? You're right. You're right, Sigma.
We don't have enough information to make any real conclusions.
Yeah. Uh-huh. We sure
I
don't.
think we should see if we can find anything else.
It's been 30 hours, Fi. Fi had barely finished speaking before she took off for the magenta door. Hey, weren't you coming to the infirmary with me?
Changed my mind. You can tell me about Quark later.
And with that, okay, bye. She was gone. Man. I let out a long, tired sigh and started off toward the infirmary. Fucking hell. Luna!
Aww.
How's he doing? She's so good.
Mooney.
I want that name.
I wanted to. I was looking on Essie for them the other day, but I couldn't find any. Made me sad.
Aww.
Put it on Switch so it gets popular again.
Yeah, they should.
They should. I see. Mind if I have a look?
Please, go ahead.
So anyway, Dio has a bottle of Accelavir. He told me not to tell you guys, but he literally can't keep track of me right now. Haha. No?
That would be the smart thing to do, not the Sigma thing to do.
Yeah, it sure would be the fucking smart thing to do, wouldn't it?
Because let's create a third timeline.
Like legit, why doesn't he just say, hey, let's just all wait right inside the chromatic doors so that when Dio comes out, we smack him in the face, take the medicine back from him, and then tie him up somewhere?
Yeah, exactly. Like, just leave him in the warehouse to... We kind of need him, don't we?
You need him alive, but you don't need
we need his brace.
Yeah.
No, we don't need him alive. We can just kill him and take his bracelet.
True. If you see, this would be solved so much quicker if Kay wasn't a good boy. If he was immoral, then this would be over in 3 seconds.
Kay would just murder Dio and everything would be fine.
But if he was immoral, he would go Lord of the Flies on everyone, potentially.
True.
Fair point. I made my way around the partition to the side of Quirk's bed. The journal and the thing Fi and I talked about would definitely need to be addressed, but for the moment the AB game was what I needed to concentrate on. Lives were at stake. Mine and Quirk's. If the journal was telling the truth, then as soon as the anesthetic wore off, Quirk would go insane again. What if we weren't able to restrain him for a second time? What if he managed to kill himself before we got to him? Or perhaps he'd just get out of the infirmary and go hide somewhere. On the other hand, it wasn't like we could keep anesthetizing him forever. There's only one way to save Quirk, and that was with Excelivir. Unfortunately, Dio had stolen it. If we wanted to get it back, Clover and I would have to vote ally. But if I did, there was an excellent chance I would end up dead. The question was, then, what to do? Sacrifice myself to save Quirk? Or keep quiet about the danger he was in to save myself? It was so faint, I almost didn't hear it.
Grandpa.
Hello?
Grandpa.
He shifted a little, then fell silent again. It was enough, though. What on earth had I been thinking? How could I have even considered letting a child die in my place? Suddenly, my cheeks felt hot with embarrassment and disgust. That I had considered letting Quirk die even for a minute was pathetic. There was only one choice. There had only ever been one choice. No way was I going to leave Quirk to die. My hands tightened into fists as I looked down at him. Any uncertainty I had felt before was gone. I knew what I had to do. Sigma's not that bad, huh?
Yeah, I mean, like, at the end of the day, he is a good guy. He's an annoying guy, but he's a good guy.
He's a good guy.
Yeah.
You know, like that he like briefly considers it like a normal person would.
Yeah.
But like, yeah.
Looks like it's almost
Yeah.
time.
You definitely get
Hell,
the,
Oh, sorry.
yeah, you definitely get the sense that he, like, you know, actually starts, like, to mature in some timelines. Like, he starts to take things seriously.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, even in the case that he probably thought to do some kind of gambit, you get the feeling that, like, he doesn't like the idea of gambling with Quark's life in that way.
Yeah.
Because if he fucks up, then that's just it.
So
yeah, it's as bad as voting. Yeah.
So that is why this is the shorter route. I see. What about you?
I'm going. I'm worried about Quark.
But you're a solo. If you don't vote...
I'll automatically ally. I know. I heard the voice on the intercom just like you.
What are you going to do if Kay and Alice vote betray?
I suppose.
Die, I
This
guess.
means I lost that round. I'd just be voting ally anyway. You know who my opponents are, right? Alice only has one BP left. If I pick betray and they chose ally, I'd kill her. I'm not so desperate to escape that I'm gonna kill someone for it. And even if I was, I can't leave Quark behind. You see? Doesn't matter if I go into the AB room or not. My vote's the same either way.
There's no way that Alice would ever vote betray because Kay has would have 9 points.
Yeah.
So I feel like not going in is actually one of the smartest things, because then if they know it's an ally, they're more likely to pick ally.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, because you're literally, like, being, like, you're taking yourself out of off the table, essentially.
Yeah. Community's mind was made up. Trying to persuade him to leave would have been pointless. Alright. Take care of Quark.
Of course. You worry about yourself.
Let's go.
Okay.
Luna and I headed out of the infirmary, leaving Ten Miyoji and Quark behind. I guess I don't have to get every ending, huh? That one is clearly just a game over.
Yeah, you only need, like, the actual ending to get the true ending.
Yeah.
I saw them all anyway for like, because some of them are so short that it's kind of like what.
It is. But that's the gambit. That's Uchikoshi's gambit. It's like, is your curiosity so strong that you will forego having your protagonist be a good person. When we got to the warehouse, we found everyone else waiting for us. Well, not quite everyone. One other person was missing. Hey, where's Dio?
Take a look at the doors.
Yeah, he's already hit the button, huh? They're all closed.
Yeah, absolutely.
When we came in here before, the one on the far right was open.
And that would mean...
That he went in, I guess?
Exactly.
That bastard. He'd probably been worried I might try and take the Accelavir from him by force, so he'd hidden himself in the AB room. Yeah, of course he fucking did. He's a fucking coward. Oh, God!
It keeps happening.
It keeps
I'm
happening.
I'm just so impressed by Uchikoshi's dedication to making Dio a bitch. Like, not only is he a scumbag, but he's a cowardly scumbag at that.
I hate him so much. I made up my mind to choose Ally no matter what, but a part of me had still considered trying to jump Dio if he dropped his guard. Now he'd made sure I wouldn't get the chance to try.
Where's Tenmyoji?
Oh,
Luna explained Tenmyoji's choice.
I see. Well, I guess that means I don't have to worry about him picking Betray.
right. What will you guys be choosing then?
Ally, of course.
Because my BP is 6, I assume.
I am so fucking smart.
Yes, as long as Tenmyoji votes Ally, I
His
can
brain is
choose
massive.
Betray. If I do, K's BP will go up to 9.
But what if he forces you?
I love his fucking laugh so much. It's so
You
good.
needn't worry. I would never do something so crass.
Really?
Of course.
Then you don't need to go in there.
Excuse me?
Alice can vote by herself.
What?
Then we don't have anything to worry
By
about.
taking
right?
charge.
Fuck yeah, Fi.
Well, I apologize, but I'm afraid I can't agree to that.
Why not?
I just can't. Shall we go, Alice?
Okay.
No one likes
Hey,
that.
hold on a minute there.
Kay continued briskly toward the AB room as if he simply hadn't heard Fi. Alice scrambled to follow him, perhaps concerned that he would lock her out. Hey, Kay? What's up, though? Only seconds later, they disappeared into the third room from the left.
I hope Alice is going to be okay.
Well, there's nothing we can do now. If Kay told the truth, she'll be fine.
What the fuck?
5 minutes.
Time's almost up. Come on, Luna.
Right.
Was Clover here? They headed off at a trot toward the second room from the right and were soon out of sight inside it. Oh, you are here. Hi. Alright, Clover, time for us to go.
Okay, right behind you.
I sighed to myself and headed toward the leftmost AB room. I am really curious to see what happens if Sigma gets less than 1 BP.
What are you gonna do?
I don't really have a choice, do I? There's only one thing I can do. I'm going to choose Ally.
Can't! You'll die!
Well, you never know. Just because Dio told us that Ally doesn't necessarily mean he's going to pick Betray. Sigma, who the fuck are you talking about?
Do you really think a jerk like that is going to choose Ally if he doesn't have to? No. No way. He's got 6 BP right now. If he picks Betray, then he'll have 9 points.
Well, what about you?
Huh?
You've got 6 BP too, right? If Dio chose Ally and we chose Betray, then you'd have 9 BP.
What? No, that's not... I didn't even realize that until you brought it up. I'm just trying to tell you that Dio is going to pick Betray. That's who he is.
You're right. You are correct. And I'm trying to tell you that I've made up my mind. That's who I am. The only choice is Ally. Huh. It's the only choice we have to get that medicine back?
That's why Dio called you an IG. What makes you think he's going to give us the Excalibur, even if you do what he says?
Maybe he won't, but I can guarantee that he'll destroy it if I pick Betray. That's who he is.
Fine. If you aren't gonna listen to me, then I guess I don't have a choice.
What?
I'll be pushing that button.
What? Huh? Before I realized what was going on, Clover ducked past me and ran toward the voting machine. No, stop! I snatched her by the arm and hauled backward with all my strength. Oh my god!
Ow!
Sorry. Guess that was a little too hard, huh?
Hey! What do you think you're doing? You can't just throw a girl around like that.
No shit. Well, you're the one who tried to trick me?
But you're gonna die. Dio's going to kill you. You can't do this. I don't want you to die.
Aww. Should have thought about that before you ran out of the number 9 door, lady.
Ten seconds remain until
Thanks. It means a lot to hear you say that, Clover. I gave her my best reassuring nod and turned to face the polling machine.
3, 2, 1.
I hate. I have to. Cause it's like
Round 2.
Yeah.
The Ambidex game
he
has
is
been completed.
so sure about choosing ally. And that made me way too curious to see what the fuck would happen if I choose Betray.
Results will be displayed in the warehouse. Thank you for your participation.
Like the Automata, where you don't need to see all the bad endings, but like so many of them are fun.
Yeah, exactly.
They're like, yeah.
Ambidex gates.
Falling for Uchikoshi's trick. I am! I absolutely am!
I think the Luna bad ending is my favorite. It's I'm gonna make sure you see that one at least once.
Clover and I walked slowly out of the AB room. Dio glanced over at us as he exited his own room. Now's the time! Now's the time! Now's the time!
Yeah, just close on him.
I looked away before he could make eye contact.
Sigma, why? After all that stuff you said.
So, shut up!
I mean, it's not like I'm criticizing you. I think you made the right decision.
The fuck them kids ending.
Sorry.
You don't need to apologize. I think I would have chosen Betray if I was in your position. We'll find another way, alright? We just have to keep an eye on Dio. As soon as he gives us an opening, we take it. And I'm sure Alice will help us too.
Did you tell her?
It's okay. We can trust Alice. There's no way she told him. Anyway, let's go check the results.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, fuck you, Dio. Eat shit, asshole. Okay, has 9 points. Wait.
Oops.
Wait. What?
Uh-oh.
What the fuck happened?
Results from round 2 of the Ambidex game will now be displayed. Please check your bracelet.
What the fuck happened?
Points.
There's a... Huh? Wait, hold on! There was an arm missing there!
Pretty notable one.
What the hell is this?
Sorry, I decided to choose Betray.
So you don't care what happens to Quark?
What kind of a cold-hearted bastard are you? Please, just give it back.
Hey, Sigma, what are you talking about?
We found the Excalibur in the laboratory.
Dio stole it.
What? You mean he has it right now?
Nah, I don't have it.
What?
Well, I won't have it in about 2 seconds.
The moment the words left his mouth, I knew what he planned to do. No! Don't! I leapt toward him as I spoke, but it was already too late. Dio snatched the vial out of his pocket, brought it up. Yep. And threw it to the ground.
No!
You bastard!
What are you doing?
A promise is a promise. If you'd chosen Ally, this never would have happened. You want to blame someone? Blame yourselves.
Gah. I'd had enough. Something snapped in my brain. Go sicko mode! Bastard! Oh my god. I let out a roar and leapt forward. Kick his ass! only to be stopped short by a firm hand on my arm. It was fine.
Hold it.
Why are you stopping me?
Because this isn't the time for that.
The fuck do you mean? Huh? What do you mean this is the time for...
Number 9 door.
It's just beeline.
What the fuck? Kay was indeed standing in front of the door.
I like to imagine that when he runs, he like hikes up his toga. Looks like a girl with her skirt.
That's so cute. What is he?
No!
His BP is 9.
What?
Suddenly, we were all running toward Kay and the number 9 door.
You're like, you can't do this. I know we're just about to do this, but you can't do this.
Kay, what the hell do you think you're doing?
What am I doing? Well, that should be obvious. But if you insist, I am attempting to leave.
Are you fucking kidding me?
I assure you, I would do no such thing. I am perfectly serious.
I would never tell a joke.
After a rational assessment of the facts, I have concluded that this is the wisest course of action. What is currently our highest priority? The answer is, of course, to save Quark. He must be taken to a hospital as soon as possible. For that to happen, one of us must escape and call for help. Currently, the only one of us capable of doing so is
Oh my
myself.
god, I love that this is Dio's fault.
That is why I intend to escape.
And leave us all behind.
Unavoidable. But as I said, I do intend to call for help.
No, there's no fucking way. Like, there's no way that this is Dio's fault, actually. This was premeditated. Before Kay could have even possibly known that Dio had the Accelavir. Unless Alice told him.
But if he just gave the Accelavir up, then Quark would have been safe by now.
Yeah, but like Kay voted betray before he even knew that Dio had the Accelavir.
Yeah, but he was just like, oh, sick boy, and we have no medicine here.
But something happened to Alice.
The other option is that, like, maybe, like, assuming Kay knows, maybe he does this anyway to be like, okay, if Dio follows through, I'm leaving. Because there's not going to be any more here.
Kay also didn't know there was any Accelavir, that's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's a good boy. He's a good boy. Just a very pragmatic boy.
Too pragmatic for his own fucking good.
Could have raised Quark's BP to 9 and taken it with you.
And what would happen if Dio was Quark's opponent in the next round? I have no illusions about what Dio would do.
Thanks, Kay.
This is the most logical choice.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, you're right. You know what? As long as Dio is stuck here too, I'm fine.
See, I think that's why Kay is such a compelling character, because he does this stuff, but you can never really fully like disagree with him.
Yeah.
Like he always has a well-reasoned like argument for why he's doing it.
This, however, is a good question.
Ah, yes. Alice is in the AB room. She has collapsed, but you needn't be concerned. She is
The fucking laughter. So
Oh no! What did you do to Alice?
You will need to ask her yourself. I must take my leave.
Hey!
bonk.
God damn it!
Just karate chopped her on the noggin.
Yeah. It made the cartoon hammer like boonk sound.
Like that fucking filter. The little hammer bonk filter. Directly onto Alice.
Her face gets squished.
Dio charged at Kay, but the larger man easily sidestepped him and tumbled nimbly through the door just before it closed. And then Dio got cut in half by the number 9 door closing. The end.
Again, is there a reason that no one else can run through it? Like, do the bracelets react?
Yeah, if you go through it without 9 BP, I guess you get dead.
Yeah.
Otherwise, everyone would just leave.
That happened with 10 Miyoji before, where like Quirk had 9 Quirk had 9 BP and 10 Miyoji went through the door with Quirk and presumably died.
This is the no thank you as the escape please.
That went well. Oh god, there was not even a post scene there. They're like, you get it.
Yeah.
Nope.
Yeah, they're like, you understand. Everything happens after that.
28 hours. And
Look at all those green locks. Look at all those green locks. Look at all that. Look at all those.
Oh my god.
The world is your oyster.
It's becoming it's becoming time. I'm not gonna do anything with them yet. What the wait? Oh yeah, I can't do that yet. That's not a lock.
Yeah,
that's not even a lock. That's just like I don't know the password right now.
And the username as well.
Yeah. Hey, let's take a break. It's already been like almost 2 hours.
Yeah.
Fuck. That I'm really glad I went through with that and did it.
It was fun, yeah.
That was a really, really good game over. Fuck. Okay.
Yeah, like both times Kay's escaped so far. The first time he was like, listen, 3 people have died in the past like 10 minutes. I'm not about to be a 4th. And then and this one he's like, yeah, no, there's a sick kid, and literally the only chance we have of getting him unsick is to, go grab someone to rescue us.
Yeah. If there are people. Probably should have thought about that, Kay, actually, now that I think about it.
Except into the desert and immediately just sinks through. Like...
yeah, he's just like, fuck! God damn it! Alright. I'm so fucking smart.
You're so smart.
So smartest.
Your brain and your tits are massive.
That is true. This is accurate. Okay, let's do the good guy thing, I guess.
What are you gonna do?
You know what I'm gonna do. Don't give me the sad music, I'm gonna beat you up now. Oh, it looks like it may be balanced out. Just went soggy for the break, I guess. I mean, if there's any time for it to go soggy, that's the best time for it to do it.
Yeah.
I am now just going to refer to my bitrate going bad as soggy from now on. I don't know why that is the word that came to mind, but that's exactly how I feel when it happens.
It heard you were recording and went, oh no problems here, man.
No, it's fine. Hold on.
I don't hear the game anymore, though.
Yeah, same.
Well, there's no audio happening right now.
Wait, really? I did.
Still do?
There's no audio happening right now.
Yeah.
Oh. Huh.
I didn't hear it. I'll get forward a bit, we'll see, I guess.
Yeah. For several long moments, we just stared at one another. Words weren't necessary. Everything she would have tried to tell me, I could already see in her eyes. Oh my god, the newest girl just followed me. It's the new one. The newest one just came out.
She's got a new hat, I hear.
Oh, it's a new type.
Oh.
Oh, a new type.
Hi, newest girl.
New types are out. Hello, newest girl.
I can't believe you've accidentally referenced Gundam twice in 1 week.
I literally purposely referenced Gundam because I am vaguely aware of what a new type is.
It's a magazine, yeah.
Yeah. What?
The new type magazine, the anime one.
Is that a thing?
Yeah.
It was a US one that we got imported sometimes.
Oh, cool. Let's go. I turned and headed towards the results screen. Shouldn't you be dead already, basically? Did you hear that?
I heard that, yeah.
Okay, cool.
I did.
I heard it behind
couldn't hear
me. You can hear it?
I don't think so. No, I'll wait till this dialogue.
Or music or something.
Mm.
I heard her behind me, her voice barely louder than a whisper. The choice was already made. I stood up straight and kept walking.
Oh yeah, there we go.
Okay, cool.
Cool.
Was really concerned everything exploded.
Okay, dear, link arms and stroll out.
So it happened again, huh?
Yeah, it's like you said, his mind was made up before he went into the room.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Results from please.
What? Okay, at least we might figure out what the fuck happened, right?
What?
Yeah.
Sigma's BP is
Negative.
Suddenly, all eyes were on me. I felt their weight, but stood my ground. It was the result I had expected. I took a deep breath and closed my eyes. I didn't have to wait long. Ow. Okay. There was a sharp, quick pain in my wrist, barely even noticeable. I couldn't feel anything flowing into my veins, but I knew it was there. Oh, the music is happening. First would be the anesthetic Soparel. Oh, fuck. I blinked and my vision started to blur. When I tried to think, it felt like my mind had been stuffed with cotton. My legs began to wobble, then gave out entirely as I crumpled to the floor.
Sigma! Sigma! Hang on! Hey! Sigma! Get up!
Sigma!
Oh no!
Luna texts Tiny.
Oh no, oh no, oh no!
Oh no!
That's
Luna's
so sad.
sad! Trying to open my eyelids was like trying to lift sheets of lead. My eyes had lost the ability to focus, but I could make out a blur that had to be Dio in front of the number 9 door. Damn it. We'll keep your promise, god damn it. I groaned and with a Herculean effort lifted my head and then my sluggish body off the floor. Oh fuck yeah! Oh fuck yeah! Kick his ass! Every step was a battle, and whenever I shifted my weight, my muscles threatened to give out again. But somehow I forced myself ahead, a single thought burning in my mind. I would reach Dio. Then, at last... The smudge of color faded into a recognizable person. I threw up my hand in front of him. Give it back. Give me the medicine.
Give it back? Don't act like it's yours. Are we supposed to share everything we find here?
I don't care. Just hand me the medicine.
What are you talking about?
This sucks.
Yeah.
We found the Accelavir in the laboratory.
Dio stole it.
What?
You mean he has it? Right now?
Yeah. So?
I kept my promise. Now, I wasn't a fool. I knew the kind of person Dio was. There was a chance he wouldn't give us back the Accelavir. If he didn't, then I'd die with my hands around his throat.
Oh, that's such a good line.
Fuck yeah! Let's do it! I gathered as much of my mind as I could and got ready to attack.
Fine.
Not quite what I'd been expecting. I was almost hoping to kill him. With a shrug, he pulled the vial out of his pocket and tossed it toward me. Yeah, that's the person you should be tossing it toward. I caught it and pulled the tiny glass bottle to my chest, worried I might drop it. The label said, unmistakably, Accelavir. It was the real thing. Clover, take it. I held it out toward her.
Right.
Oh, God.
Of course.
Whoa, what the fuck is that? Oh, wow. That looks fucking weird. She quickly tucked it into her pocket. Good. Now at least Quark will be alright. With that, the last of my strength left me and I dropped to my knees.
Sigma, are you okay?
Oh, she's really concerned.
Sigma.
Yeah.
Sigma.
Guess this is it.
First, is this for real? Let's put you to sleep.
The flashback, but like.
The Tubo killer ring is injected.
It's been a while since we've heard Zero the
It's
Third.
been a bit.
You're so cute.
So cute.
Even when he's describing how you'll die horribly.
9 minutes. Oh, wait, what am I doing? Once the soap was injected, I had 9 minutes until the muscle relaxant followed it. About 4 minutes had already passed, which left me with 5, give or take a little. In 5 minutes, I would be dead. What could I do in 5 minutes? How could I save myself? Huh. I give a raspy, quiet laugh. Even with death staring me in the face, I seem to be determined to struggle right up until the very end. Okay, Sigma. You can do this. Clinging desperately to what little consciousness I had left, I racked my brain for any possible solutions. How could I save myself? How? There had to be something. Cut off your fucking arm! Every problem, no matter how difficult, has a solution. There's always another option. There's always a third option. Hopelessness is a state of mind. I just had to think. Think. Oh, bother. If there was a way out, I'd find it. I wasn't ready to give up on life yet.
Now.
He is public domain.
We can check the Nonary game. We can check the Nonary game. Can't sue us.
Oh god, fuck yeah, that'd be so good. There had to be an answer. To be continued, I figured as much.
Yeah, but that's okay, because you got like 5 different things to go through now.
Oh my god.
Answers.
We do it though. But I'm not going to. Because if we're going to go big, we have to go as big as possible.
10 seconds remaining until Ambidex game polling.
Shut up.
Well, you won.
The fact that Drug knocks you out and Sigma is still standing and ready to kill is badass. Yeah, dude. Like,
hey,
Sigma
I love it,
rules.
I love that kind of heroic willpower bullshit. It's unironically the best.
It's like Snake in 999.
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah. Oh wait. Are we gonna get it?
Chose betray, huh? That's messed up.
Wait, what were we doing?
You betrayed Tenmyoji.
Oh fuck. Whoops. What?
But he did betray you in the other timeline though.
Oh yeah, okay, it's fair then. You said I should.
Hey, I didn't say that. I just asked you a question. What would happen to our BP if Tenmyoji chose to betray us?
It was a leading question? Oh, I get it. I was wondering why you were so happy to let me choose after you lost in rock, paper, scissors. You were planning to use me as a scapegoat all along.
Was I?
Oh, I love her so much. Hello, Val.
Hello.
God damn it.
Yo, what's up?
This is the last one.
Yep.
Siggy!
I know!
Hey, what are you kids doing over there?
Oh, it's so good.
Announce the results.
I love him.
Diggy! I know!
I don't know why. Oh, sorry, I do know why, but that line has stuck with me for a decade.
So good.
Come on.
Yeah, as of 2022, it's been 10 years since I played this game, and it's never left my head.
Yeah.
Good. Looks like you're all here. Finally, let's get ready to round.
I have to sit through all of his dialogue. This is the last time we'll see Zero. Presumably.
Game. Round 1. The results.
If everybody would please direct their eyes to this monitor.
Been a while since there's been that many people on that screen.
Yeah, no shit. Oh, fuck. I figured as much. Damn, everybody betray. All of the fucking solo people allied and all of the teams betrayed.
Just goes to show you can't trust groups.
Ugh.
Here are the results from your game. Now, let us check the numbers on our bracelets.
That is a fairly good spread, huh?
I got betrayed?
You chose ally? Why? You chose betray. There we go. Here it is again.
Yep.
You chose betray last time.
What are you talking about?
Oh, nothing. The truth was, I didn't know why I'd said that either. The words had disappeared in my mouth before I knew I was saying them.
You're the one who chose betray.
So good.
I should be asking you why.
I told him you might choose betray.
Fine, you.
I can't believe you. I'd never choose betray.
Uh-huh.
He's so indignant about it.
And this is what I got.
Ah, I apologize.
That was such a robotic voice too. What the fuck? Fine, you don't need to apologize. I was the one who did it. I pushed the button.
Oh, yeah. I guess you've got a point.
I mean, if you're just gonna throw yourself in front of the bus like that.
Yeah, okay, man. I gave you an out there, and then you just kind of, all right, fine. Wait, what?
It's Sigma's fault. You want to blame someone, blame him.
What the hell, Fi?
What, you gonna fight each other now?
No.
I don't care which one of you pushed the button. I'm never trusting either of you again.
Great, cool.
This isn't over. Just you wait.
Love the vibes, bud. I tried to think of something to say, but before I could come up with the right words, he was gone. I spun around. Fire? What the fuck? Let Sigma say fuck! But she was gone too. God, where the hell? How'd she just disappear like that? As I looked around the room for Fi, I noticed that Clover, Kay, and Luna seemed to be having some kind of an argument as well. I moved closer and did my best to listen surreptitiously.
Why did you do it? Sorry. I guess I wanted to get out of here as soon as possible, you know?
Yeah, Kay would never do it.
I apologize.
Oh! Alright, cool, fine, I guess.
If we all choose ally, then we could all escape together.
What I think is really interesting is if you analyze like the voting patterns of the characters in this game, because like Dio will always choose betray because he's an asshole.
Absolutely.
Kay will almost always choose betray, but he'll never kill someone. He'll never kill someone, and if he's promised to pick ally, he'll always pick ally. Like for other characters, it depends. Like Luna will almost always ally with you unless like she's on your team and you pick betray.
Yeah.
She's with someone against Theo and like knows that it's bad.
Yeah.
And then like Temioji usually votes in Quark's best interest, so it depends on
Which
what's at
timeline
stake
and
there.
What's happening and yeah.
Yeah. It's just, I love it. I love how much you can tell about their personalities based on how they vote.
Yeah.
It only takes 3 turns to get 6 points. That would be enough to get us out. Why? Well, of course we know that. But if we betray, then it's faster.
Jesus Christ!
If your opponent chooses ally and you choose betray, then you gain 3 points. Do that twice and you get 6 points. You see?
If you ally, then you have to play the AB game 3 times.
I'm not smart enough to get through 3
But
games.
if you betray somebody, you only have to do it twice.
Why are you acting like that's the right thing to do? I almost feel like you're blaming me or something.
We aren't trying to blame you.
But, I mean,
Victim
if
blaming.
you just think about
Yeah,
it,
no
doesn't
shit.
it make sense to choose betray? Forget it. I understand now. It was silly of me to trust you guys.
Oh no. Luna walked off with her head buried between her shoulders. Her back trembled as if perhaps she were crying, but I couldn't see her face. Oh no! Alice, Dio, and Quark, however, seem to be having some issues of their own.
Fine. You just wait.
Man, this is all your fault, Quark.
My fault.
This asshole again.
Ugh. I just hope every ending ends in Dio dying. Oh wait, there is one ending where he is dead, and like there was a lock after it.
Yeah.
That's the optimal timeline. They exchanged dark looks and stomped off in different directions.
Zero, when does the next round start?
Okay, I'm gonna skip this though. Well, is it actually letting me skip all the way through all of it? Holy shit!
You're free.
I'm free!
Zooming through.
Oh my god. Oh, well. Oh, fuck yeah. Zoom all the way through. Holy shit.
You're gonna get another ending in like 10 minutes.
What do you want?
Oh, yeah, of course this is different. What do I want? What? You think I'm here to play doctor? Only if you're...
Tell you what.
Never mind.
I'll be the doctor. You get on the exam table, and I'll cut you open with that
Jesus Christ! Man, are you still pissed?
What the hell do you think? My BP's down to 1 thanks to you.
Come on, I already told you I was sorry.
Yes, and that makes it all better. You goddamn idiot.
Well, then what the heck am I supposed to do?
Piss off.
Seems like I'm already doing that.
You don't know the half of it. Just get out of my sight.
Easy solution then, just close your eyes.
Leave before I make yours black.
Wow, fucking exchanging zingers over here, huh?
The last guy I fought went home in an ambulance.
Shouldn't have picked a fight with a paramedic then.
It's actually a really good comeback.
It's actually, this is a really good dialogue, actually. I like it a lot.
Shut up.
Never responds to it.
Fine. I shoved my hands in my pockets and looked around the room. Awkward. So is it just you here?
This side of the divider, yeah.
This side?
Quark's over there, having a look around. And there's... You really gonna make me say it?
Oh, the lady who was murdered, you mean? Yeah, you've been acting kind of weird ever since we found her. Why is that? Yeah, he's totally gonna tell you now, Sigma.
No what, isn't that normal? We found a dead body. Who the hell doesn't get a little freaked out? What ain't normal is all of you just running
This
around
is not
like
new dialogue.
Yeah, right. Like I'm gonna tell that to someone who...
Yep, there we go. Alright, fine. Oh, is that Quark? This is also not new. Oh, yeah. Hey, Quark? You alright? Can you hear me?
Huh?
Wait, wasn't he passed out at this point before?
Mm-hmm.
What? Is something happening?
I turned to look at Tenmyoji. He looked back, confused. Weren't you listening to our conversation?
Yeah. You were just talking so fast. I couldn't really understand.
Oh no.
My head felt kind of foggy.
Oh no.
And I couldn't really make out what you were saying. I'm fine now, though. Whatever it was seems to be gone.
Oh, no reason to worry at all then.
Yeah, no, that's normal and fine and good. Are you sure you're okay?
I think I'm just tired. Being stuck in this place is pretty exhausting. And...
He glanced at the bed in the back of the room. On it lay the body of the old woman. What? Tenmyoji, the hell were you thinking? You got that Quark back here?
Oh, yeah, right.
Oh my god, dude, what the fuck?
Quark, get over here.
Anyway, you're really sure you're okay now?
Yeah.
Maybe Luna should have a look at you.
Is Quark some kind of boy detective? Why else would Tenmyoji let him look around a corpse?
Supposedly she's some sort of doctor.
I said I was fine. Gosh, Grandpa, you're such a worrier. You always freak out over nothing. I'm fine.
Well, it looks to me like you're doing fine. I guess we don't have anything to worry about.
Yep.
Uh-huh.
Come on.
Mm-hmm.
Let's get back to work.
Nothing to worry about.
You didn't find
Nothing at
the
all.
passage somewhere.
Nothing at all.
I see.
Yeah, I'll go check up on the others then. Henmyoji, keep an eye on him, all right?
You think I need you to tell me that?
Man, fuck off! I grinned and turned toward the exit. Trying to be concerned for a child. Just let me have this one thing. Okay.
Oh, Sigma.
Yep. Cool. Oh yeah, this is the dialogue where they're like, haha, we're not super secret agents. And
Not one bit.
Then before one of us could break the silence. Hello? Hi. Tenmyoji? What's wrong?
Luna! Where's Luna?
She's not here.
What's wrong?
It's Quark. Something bad's happened.
Hey, calm down. What happened to Quark?
He just collapsed. I have to find Luna. She said she was some kind of a doctor, right?
Nothing at all. Luna's over in the lounge? Where's Quark?
It's in the infirmary.
Got it. I'll go get Luna. You head back to the infirmary. Over, Alice, you're with me.
Right.
We bolted out of the crew quarters and headed toward the lounge and Luna. Alrighty. Now this is definitely not new.
Yeah.
This is like the 6th time this has happened.
Deja vu. I've just been in this place before.
God, him saying some shit like I have to get out of this body is still fucking weird.
Yeah.
I won't go with he betrayed me last time.
Fuck you!
You hit the button.
I don't want. Same reason. I can't trust.
Thanks a lot, Quark. You've singled.
Well,
Oh
that
my
leaves us with
god,
option B.
Dio!
No, we can't do options.
Why not?
Sorry.
Operation Blame the Sick Child.
Well, for the way he is right now, so we just can't afford to give him just.
Then what do you... Quark is a solo. Solos can't pair with one another.
Yeah, of course I do. I didn't say there wasn't anyone I Clover.
What? Hello?
What? Me?
Yeah, that's what I said.
Why?
I can't tell you. I just know that you'll keep him safe.
Wait, I should not skip this.
Nice of you to say, but my partner is Sigma. Are you sure you want me to take him?
It's fine. Clover, you just...
Oh yeah, this seems great, actually. Oh boy.
Make Sigma wait outside the AB room.
No. If Clover takes Quark, then we have to go with option C, right? That means I'll be stuck with Dio.
Uh-huh.
There's no way in hell I'm going to let that happen.
Who do you want to pair up with then?
Isn't it obvious? Quark. Remember what the announcement said? Something about how the system will automatically vote ally for anyone who doesn't enter their own vote in time? If Quark doesn't wake up by then.
No. This is exactly why I can't trust any of you.
Yeah. You're literally just proving his fucking point, Alice.
1 minute remains until chromatic doors close.
Boy.
We don't have time to argue this. Let's take a vote. Those opposed to C?
Alice and Dio's hands went up.
What? Why don't you want C, Dio?
Well, if she's got that much of a hate on for me, that hardly plays into my hands, does it?
Fine, whatever. I assume anyone who didn't raise their hand is all right with option C then?
It's like, alright, Alice, why don't you want it? He's gonna kill me. Dio, why don't you want it? She's mean to me.
She won't let me. She won't let me kill her. No one objected. I kept my mouth shut too. Just as Alice had said, there was an excellent chance that Quark would default to ally. If that happened, he'd make a great opponent. I'd choose ally, of course, but it would be good to not have to worry about him choosing betray.
right? 6-2 in favor.
Wait, what about me?
You don't matter.
Stay here if you don't like it. I imagine your partner might have something to say about that, though.
Kay handed Quark to me gently, then crossed his arms and turned to face Alice. Her jaw clenched as she stared up at him, and I could see the gears turning inside her head.
Fine.
10 seconds remain until...
Like, Alice, do you not understand the concept of, like, voting?
Hey, take care of it.
No, she's a communist.
Oh.
She believes that everyone should split up, should be divided equally according to their own needs. And what she needs is not to be with Dio.
I understand completely. Alright, where are we dropping?
You said it every time, and it always makes me laugh.
Oh my god, we're not doing this again.
Can you
I guess it's the third time in a row you've done this with Clover.
Maybe then you.
Yeah, right?
It's fucking 11.
They like pairing me up with Clover. Oh!
It's almost like she was voted the most popular character in the last game.
Almost,
They're capitalizing
right?
on that.
So
I do think it is pretty
have
overkill.
to do this now.
Yeah.
Okay.
I do think it is pretty overkill, yeah.
Like when Kay only gets one room with you.
Yeah, that's kind of sucks. Oh fuck, there's a clock.
It says on the side, treatment pod.
So I guess it treats people? Maybe it can help Quark. What the fuck did you expect, dummy? Damn, no good. It's locked. Let's take a look around. Maybe something in here will tell us how to unlock this door. Clover nodded and bounced off to examine the room. Such a good way to like describe how Clover would move. Bouncing everywhere. I laid Quark down just outside of the door to the treatment center. Clover might have been overly paranoid about the lever, but there's no harm in being cautious. Hang on there, little guy. We'll get you fixed up soon. Aww. Aww. I ruffled his hair gently, then turned and headed back into the room. I had some investigating to do. That's like weirdly sweet of him.
I know. It's Dad Core Sigma.
Dad Core. Sigma become DILF. Well, okay, there's a clock, but how to open? Oh my God! Thank you so much. Oh, it's instructions for puzzle. Door is protected by a 4-digit password. You can use the hit, blow, count hints displayed on the screen to figure out what those 4 digits are.
Oh, I remember this puzzle. This one's like really trial and error.
If one of the numbers you select is in a number in the password and in the... What? If one of the numbers you select is in a number in the password and in the right place, that will add to your hit count. Is in a number...
So if you have the right digit, right place, then it's a hit.
Okay.
If it's the right digit, wrong place, it's a blow.
If one of the numbers you select is a number in the password... Oh, you know what? This in just shouldn't be here.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is one of those trying it is a lot easier than reading the instructions kind of deal.
I get 10 tries?
If not, it just resets and you start again.
Yeah. So like you can't brute force it. You've just got to try to figure out like how to do it.
You can sort of brute force it because like sometimes the RNG is in your favor.
Yeah.
Oh, is this huh? Is this something different?
Yeah.
This is something different.
And now for something completely different.
The puzzle that Binder was referring to is the screen on the door.
Yeah, I figured. I mean, four pieces for the first password, 1 piece for the second password.
So I'm just gonna mute real quick as my cheeky Maccas has arrived.
Oh.
Cheeky Macca's pig.
Cheeky Macca's pig. Okay. You're just giving me the instructions again, huh? Great. So can I can do multiples, but okay.
I think each number can only appear once.
Yeah, I don't think you can do like 1111 or whatever.
Why not?
Yeah.
Oh, I can't. Okay.
Yep. So that was entirely wrong.
Yeah, so it says here 0 hit, 0 blows, because none of these numbers are even used in it.
Oh, right.
That's actually a good one to hit because you just eliminated 4 numbers entirely.
Oh, well, fuck. Huh.
Hello, newest girl.
Whoa.
Hello.
Welcome.
Oh, that's all the numbers.
Yes.
So
So you have 5 guesses to figure out what the order is.
Oh? Wait.
So
one of the okay.
Yeah,
one of them. I moved the 9 and the 8, so those were correct before. No.
One of them was correct.
One of them was correct.
Yeah.
So let's do this real quick. That was not helpful to do, actually.
Well, you know that 6 or 7 was in the right place before, like 8 or 9 was in the right place. So you can actually narrow this down to. Well, hold on, because you can actually solve this with what you know.
Wait, hold on. Wait. Okay. So 7 was in the correct place.
Yes. So you started off with 6, 7, 8, 9 that had 2 hits and 2 blows. You just figured out that 7 was in the right place, so 6 has to swap with either 8 or 9.
Right.
Because one of those was in the right place.
And
so I think it's like
I tried 9, 8 before, and I got 1 hit. So 8 should probably go in the last position, so 9 should go in the first, and 6 should go in the third.
No. So you had 6, 7, 8, 9, 2 hits, 2 blows, right? When you swapped 9 and 8, you lost a hit. So 8 or 9 were in the right position then.
6, 7, 8, 9. So, yeah. So either 8 or 9 were in the proper position.
Yeah. Now, the way you just changed the numbers here...
confirms that 7 goes in the second slot.
Correct. So, actually, I think you can guaranteed get this now. So, from the original 6, 7, 8, 9, just swap 6 with 8 or 6 with 9. I think those are the only 2 possibilities here.
6, 7, 8, 9. So swap the 6 with the 8. Ooh. 6, 7, 8. Oh, right. Oh. Wait.
What? Hang on, does that make sense? No, because yeah, all of those numbers would be in different positions in the other combination.
So the 8 should be in the third slot maybe, and the 6 should be where 9 is, and the 9 should be where 6, or where the 8 is.
I think it's
so
9,
7, 8,
6, 8.
9, 7, 6, 8.
Oh no,
no, the 7 should be in the
Sorry,
second
you're
slot.
right.
9, 7,
Yes,
8,
you're right.
6.
Yes.
9, 7, 8, 6. Fuck yeah.
Nice. Last possible one too.
Yep.
That took you a way shorter time than it took me.
that was, as we like to call it, clutch. That was lucky.
Yeah, like hitting any combinations that are 4s is generally really good. Even if you get 4 zeros, because then it's like, oh, you just take away all those numbers.
You can't look that one up? Is that one like randomized?
Yes.
Oh, that's fucked up.
Yeah. So we dodged a bullet there.
Yeah, there's you can get really unlucky with like, you know, repeating sequences or like really obtuse ones that require, you know, different numbers from different halves of the you know, the number scale.
Like for reference, when I was doing this, I think from memory, I hit a couple of times where I got like 2 blows or 1 hit, 1 blow. It was just all over the place. And like the one time I actually managed to solve it was when I hit, I think, 4 zeros or 4. Well, sorry, no hits or no blows in the initial thing.
Damn, I got man.
Yeah. I'm sorry if I kind of like took control of that, but I realized like you could literally solve it there. So
yeah,
you saved us from having to spend an hour on that. Oh, is this fucking Monopoly? Yeah, I found an image of a board game. You can review it in the archive. Okay. Oh. Well, Clover, if you're telling me that there's So wait, what was the note on the tablet? Let me look. Damn it. Okay, hold on. Then 1 for second. Or one piece. Just so I don't have to pull out the tablet again.
sorry, I'll be right back.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Back. Oh wait, I guess I don't like actually need to back out there. If that's the password, then I can just look at the archive, right?
Yeah.
Oops, that's not right. Illustration of a dice game. So, what's in the middle there? An M and an H.
Mina and Hog.
Mina and Hog. So, is this like their place in the alphabet? Is how many times you go around?
I don't think it's relevant quite yet. You'll need it for a puzzle later on.
Okay. So, first password. So, like, it could just be, but it wouldn't be EOBC. It's too easy.
Yeah, just think of what M and H could stand for.
M and H.
You don't have to solve it yet, but just keep those two in mind.
I guess I probably am actually missing some information there. It's just a hole there. What the fuck?
Aliens.
Oh my god, they are aliens.
Finally, show hole.
Oh my god. How do we... Okay, so there's a keyhole there. There is another hole. There's like so many buttons on this. No, yeah, no hands. That's correct. Well, fuck.
I am back.
Okay.
Welcome back.
Keyhole.
Oh, good. I joined back with Clover, pointing out how wrong Sigma is.
It's
just
so
exhaustively.
It's about the number 4. Uh-huh. Oh no, Sigma's blind. Okay, it doesn't... I mean, that's all I really have left to explore, right? I guess I haven't looked at Charlie over here. Oh, it's got a thing in it. What the fuck?
So it's canon that for the rest of the room, Sigma's lugging this plant around with him.
I love that. What? Why did? Who thought it was a good idea to pair the himbo and the bimbo together?
With the child, now nothing will get done.
Yeah. Oh. I can't open them. Okay. Wait. Hold on. Hold up. What? No, it's not 11 hours and... Shut up. Stupid. So dumb, Sigma. What the fuck?
Write that down?
Yep.
Good.
Look!
E.
Little key.
Little key. Okay, and that is 1... No, that's not 1. That's 6.
Oh, it's 620, it looks like?
620, like?
Yeah, because if it was a little bit more down, it would be 625, and if it was one more up, it'd be 615.
I'm gonna try to very closely approximate a little shitty doodle where that's at. I think that was good. The prequel 111. I can't believe there's been 1,000
you missed
of
a
these
pod.
games. Wait, that one. Wait,
You only opened 2 and 3.
For some reason, I assumed that I wouldn't be able to open that one. Oh, well. Well, I shouldn't have assumed that. What was it? So that is like 7:15.
715? Yeah, 715, that looks about right.
Okie dokie. I have keys now, that's good. Hopefully I won't have to write anything else down that JK, there's an entire fucking board game. Yeah, uh-huh. Could have tried that key. What the fuck? Why is it hot? Wait, how are these jellyfish fucking alive?
Oh.
Oh, fuck. Wait. Oh my god. That was really easy.
Surprisingly very easy.
Yeah.
Gotta grab a jelly fast! Okay.
I love that they made Sigma even more of a weirdo than Junpei.
Yeah, I like it a lot. Hey, let's just jam this jellyfish in there. Nope. Okie doke. Where do they want me to jam this jellyfish?
Maybe try examining it.
Oh.
I can't remember if...
Oh. Oh. Oh, why did you do... Okay. Fuck you, Sigma.
Yeah.
Piece of shit. Oh shit! A laser! Hello?
Hmm.
A laser. Hey, I want to look in the... Huh. Doesn't look like it's doing anything.
Oh, what can go there, though?
What? It's not 111. Or maybe it is.
Oh. 0015.
So that's midnight 15. Right?
Yeah, but just record the 00.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Makes sense to me. What about Charlie? Chip with number 1 written on it. Slap that bad boy in there. No? Cool. I have no idea where that would go.
There were computers in the pod room. Little monitors.
Oh! Duh. What would that do? Before use, the system must be initialized. Please perform the following tests. 1. Treat vegetation. 2. Freeze vegetation. Until tests are complete, pod will not function without human occupant. Oh, we have vegetation. We have that. Why are you freaking out, Sigma?
He forgot he was holding this gigantic plant in his hands.
This is some future tech shit.
Remember in 999 where they talked about the cells alive system?
Oh yeah! Fuck, I forgot about that.
It's like not relevant in that game at all.
Oh. It's a normal plant again. Fuck the plant. Red memory card. Okie dokie. Where'd you put the plant, Sigma? Eat it? Oh.
Laser jump scare.
Yeah. Oh my god, he did eat it. Okay, there's... Wow, that's cool. 20-4. I need another hand.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So remember, the pod says you need to run 2 tests on it before it'll initialize.
But Oh. There's another plant out there.
Yeah,
Hello,
smart.
Hello, plant. Time to die.
Like, imagine how long this puzzle would have taken to set up. Like, Zero would have to plant these and make them grow around the memory cards to make sure they're lodged in there.
What a weird, deeply unhappy person. This is very stupid.
Like, Sigma just snaps the plant in half and takes the memory card out of it, and
Yeah,
Zero's
like-
whispers on the radio. It's like, no, you weren't supposed to do that.
Like, God, oh, God, fuck. It took so long,
Zero-
I should have thought of that.
Zero's like a DM watching their players try to solve the puzzles they wrote for them.
And then, whoops, you accidentally have a player with teleporting magic and you made a maze. Oh, thanks, Clover. He ate that one, too. It was like shards of glass.
Can't believe that both Sigma and Phoenix Wright have eaten glass.
Oh. Hi, Quark. I'm yawning. That sounds awful.
Yeah, that sounds like a particularly terrifying Pokemon's cry.
It sounds like there's buzzsaws in that treatment pod. Wait. Huh. Ah! Kaz!
There it is.
Cool. We're gonna turn Quark into a block of ice.
Tell me you got good news and bad news. Good news is I got you a popsicle.
Bad news is it's Quark. And then Tenmyoji immediately beats the shit out of Sigma.
Just uppercuts his head right off his shoulder.
Yeah.
Right into a dumpster.
Oh. M and H. I can't actually do anything with these, huh?
I guess you can just record that.
That's 405. Okay. So then I have 5 different times. Unless the 111 is now just 0015.
Yeah, just replace that one.
Okay.
So, do you remember like the left to right order of them?
What do you mean?
So pod 1 was 7:15, pod 2 was 6:20, pod 3 was 00:15, and then the clock, this is number 4, is 4:05.
Right. 6:20 was 2.
Yeah.
And 7:15 was 1.
Yeah.
Okay. So okay. So for the first one, it would be 7 to the right and then 15 back? Like, or clockwise and counterclockwise?
It would be, I think you're looking at the other way around. Welcome back.
Welcome back.
Oh, minutes are clockwise, hours counterclockwise.
Yeah, exactly. You got it.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So that's not a letter. I have to go back 7 now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So P.
Yeah, give me a P.
Okay. Start from the beginning again?
Yeah.
Minutes is 20. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. Wait. 11, 12, 13, 14. I can just do 14.
Yeah, that's true. Math. Quick maths.
Yeah. 3 is 15. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. EAJ. That doesn't. What?
Are you starting with...
I went... Hold on. I went counterclockwise instead of clockwise.
Oh, I gotcha.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. S. Huh. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, wait, no. Sorry. 1, 2, 3, 5. 1, 2, 3. Passed.
Passed. He really wanted to spell pasta, but he only had 4 spots.
Oh, fuck. Okay, so that is probably the green password.
This puzzle is what Suda had in mind when he said kill the past. He just didn't like this room.
So fucking smart.
You are.
Moon, moon, moon!
Hey, Luka, what do you think smart girls to say?
Oh my god! I have the best life ever.
And you know what? In honor of pasta.
Hell yeah! Get a ramen.
Hats and pasta.
Okay.
That's a good fucking day. That is.
4 pieces for the first, 1 piece for the second. 4 pieces for the first, 1 piece for the second. Is there a way that I could do it with the information that I have now?
Yes, there is. So it's a board game, right?
Yeah.
So instead of using 4 pieces, use 1.
What? So just use the first, like... But would that not just get me passed again if I use the same information?
No, because new pieces start at the start, right?
What?
If you have 4 pieces, each one starts at the start.
Yeah. Oh, you're right. Oh, you're so smart, Mina.
Thank you.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that would still be P.
Yeah, that'd still be P.
So, what? Wait, hold on. I can just go 14. 1, 2,
Yeah.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Yo. 15. 1, 2, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. You. And I have to go 4?
4.
Pour 1 out.
Pour 1 out for Quark.
4. That's a weird, not ominous password at all, actually. Why is that just a normal password? What? That's just a word. Star, star, sun. That doesn't seem to be alluding to anything, as far as I can tell. Which is weird.
I mean, it's definitely not as on the nose as she knows everything and I am you become me.
Oh, it was Moon, wasn't it?
Or found.
Or found, yeah.
Found.
Oh, Milkman.
Oh, look, we got a needle gun.
Interesting.
Neostigmine? Huh. That's weird.
It is really weird.
Nope.
Of course not.
Uh-huh.
That's how she sounds.
A lot of flat stuff.
Don't care about it if it's flat.
Yeah, we got the moon.
No one actually hands out with balance.
We got the moon cards. Then rules. Not voting is not an option.
Every bunny.
Every bunny has to vote.
I think it was smart to not overuse. Like, if Zero Junior like said every line that the automated voice lady says, he would probably start to grate. But because you only get little bits of him, he's great.
I love him so much. He's my favorite.
So he's like the anti Mark Coombs.
I wonder who did that. Hey guys, who did that?
Could be anyone.
I think it was Quark.
It's a mystery.
It was
Definitely Quark.
It was definitely Quark.
I truly do. That's the one constant across almost every timeline. It's like it always gets opened early, and it's always by Dio.
Every single fucking time. Hey, guess what though? It's been like 3 hours. Take a break.
Break time.
Even though one of us just took a break and had a Macca's. Tiki Macca's.
Tiki Macca's.
All right, we'll be back.
Boy.
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 Boy. Boy. Hey, guess what? I am back.
Welcome back.
Welcome back.
Time for crumbs. I want crumbs so
45
bad.
minutes remain.
Uchikoshi, please.
Uchikoshi, please. One crumb of information.
Just the one, please.
I'm just gonna skip through this because I know what the fuck happened. Wait, what?
The screen, it changed.
Huh?
The screen on the pod's monitor thingy.
Huh? Dio's in there and he's already dead. Fuck yeah.
God, I wish.
Oh, yeah. It says recent operational records. Oh. I stepped closer and began to read. What it said was interesting. Current treating one subject. That one subject had to be Quark. This was the pod we'd put him into, after all. I read on. Huh. I checked the other pods, they were all the same. They all had one. Oh, I forgot about this.
Yeah.
Whoa, what is all this?
I think it's saying that about 8 hours ago, somebody in this pod woke up from cold sleep. Well, 3 people actually. 1 for each pod. They all say the same thing, see?
That's before we all woke up, huh? I mean, it hasn't been 8 hours yet.
Yeah.
So the 3 pod people could be the 3 of us? They could have been captured earlier. Wait, it could be 3 of us. They could have been captured earlier, don't know how much earlier. And they were thawed out 8 hours ago and carried into the AB rooms?
Yeah, that seems reasonable. I really don't think there'd be anyone else in here besides the 9 of us. Well, I guess it's actually the 10 of us, huh?
Yeah, if you got the old woman we found, then it would be 10, wouldn't it? Yeah, but we kind of already know the deal with that. So, who were the 3 pod people?
Don't ask me. How am I supposed to know that? All it says is subject. A, that's creepy. B, it doesn't tell us anything about who they might have
She
been.
had to mention that it's creepy. It doesn't say when they were put in the cold sleep either.
And this bit, where it says, all prior records have been erased. Authorization admin. That seems pretty suspicious.
Seems
to me.
pretty sus. I wonder why they wouldn't just write the time, though. Well, you said it yourself. The log says 8 hours ago, not like 9:15 a.m. Those minus signs have to mean this far in the past. Who would ever write the time like that?
Yeah, that is weird.
Yeah, that is weird. Maybe Zero Senior doesn't want us to know what the actual time is?
Why not?
Hell if I know. Speaking of things I don't know, why did this stuff suddenly show up? Seems like whatever it was that triggered this activated as soon as we opened the door to leave.
Wouldn't that mean Zero Senior set it up to work that way?
Yeah. Yeah, but why? That's what I'm asking. What reason would he have to do that?
Maybe he wanted us to see the records.
Perhaps, but he deleted a bunch of the data. Why?
Could it all be a trick?
A trick?
All of these records are fake. Zero Senior just set it up to mess with us.
So you're saying this was just a joke?
Well, I can't say for sure, but it seems possible, right?
No, it doesn't make sense.
Well, let's ask somebody else. Maybe they can think of something.
Yeah, you're right. If the AB gates have opened, we need to be heading back to the warehouse anyway.
Yeah, and we need to tell everyone what happened with Quark.
He double-checked that Quark was alright in his pod, then hurried out of the treatment center. Odd people.
Pod people.
What we needed.
Could always use more pod people.
Mars needs pod people.
They just really like eating pods, the snack.
Oh, the what?
Is that an Australian?
Oh, that doesn't. Oh, they like Mars and Snicker pods. How is that not a universal reference?
What?
Mars and Snicker pods?
Yeah,
oh
they
my
just-
god. Y'all
Are they
don't
not
have-
every?
Man. Hold on.
Damn,
I need
really?
to-
What the
I
fuck
need to
is
pull
what
up some
the fuck
images.
is that?
So it's like like imagine like a big like almost like a cereal, but like one half is chocolate, and they just have different chocolate on them.
Whoa.
Wow. Yeah,
But
that's
the fact
hot.
that they were all like real brands, like like there's a Malteser one or whatever. I thought that was
I
like
want a
going to
Malteser
translate.
Oh, what the fuck?
I love Maltesers so much.
That sounds good as hell.
I will bring some next time I visit.
Oh,
Oh,
fuck
bless.
yeah. Oh, Warpy posted.
That's the packaging.
Oh, those
Oh,
look
yo,
so
those
good.
look so good.
What the
Yeah,
hell?
They're nice. I really, yeah.
I'm
my
getting so
God.
hungry now. I'm getting so hungry.
So anyone who likes him as a pod person, yeah.
I'm like, oh god. I actually started to drool a bit. I'm sorry.
Mina, I love you. You're so good. You're so valid.
Do you have the munchies, Mina?
No.
Of course not.
I say as saliva drips from my tongue.
Yeah, I'm just gonna skip. I'm just gonna skip.
Oh, are those? And
Yes, they are chromatic doors.
I knew these are.
We don't need to have this. Oh, I get it. It's the possible first route that somebody could go through, but fuck.
You never see this again.
That's true. This is the last one.
No, you're gonna have to see it 2 more times, I think.
What?
Or no, wait, this is the other door, right? Okay, no, this is the other door. Never mind.
Yeah, we would always see it at this point.
Right. Okay. Sorry. I thought that you were still on the red door, or the magenta door rather.
I would have cried. Oh, are we talking through our strategy? I don't give a shit. I just yelled no.
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 Nope.
Fine.
Okay. Let's get the fuck out of here. I don't want to see this every fucking time. I'm almost at the end of it. I will almost never have to deal with this again. Is Zero Time Dilemma 3D?
Yes.
Ooh.
It's
it is
possibly
the
lower budget than this.
It is the most 3D.
Oh no.
You ever wondered what a Telltale game would look like if it was exclusively shot with Dutch angles?
Oh no! Oh no, Uchikoshi.
Oh god, that's a really good way of describing it too.
Where'd your money go?
They gave him a
It's a miracle it exists at all, so I'm like, I can't shit on it too much, but also it is a little rougher than this game, like, despite being like 6 years later.
It looks pretty rough, but like, yeah, it's a miracle it happened at all. I would be surprised if his budget for that entire game was over like $300,000 total.
Oh my god. Fucked up. Are we the last ones?
Hey, where's Quark?
Chill the fuck out, dude.
You shoved him in a pod, it's fine.
So it's totally okay. Tenmyoji's expression was furious, and from the way he was stomping toward me, I felt like I only had a few seconds before I was on the ground with his hands around my neck. I explained what had happened with Quark and the pods as quickly as I could.
To be fair, I very clearly imagine Tenmyoji throughout whatever puzzle room they went through, just like constantly worrying, and the second he doesn't see Quark with you two, he's like, oh,
I knew it.
Oh no.
Probably.
Clover, that was the one.
Why would you say that, Clover?
Why would you say that? No, they're definitely safe. He's fine.
Are they safe or aren't they? Look, I'm just worried about him, all right? Can you take me to this treatment center, Clover?
Don't
worry. We've still got 20 minutes left. Plenty of time to go have a look and come back.
Okay. Come on then.
As soon as she finished, she was off. Tenmyoji followed at her heels, and in the blink of an eye, they were gone, out the magenta door. Oh, Tenmyoji and Clover are leaving. That make me a slight nervous.
I'll be fine.
That'll be fine.
Cleaning.
Alright, you guys got some explaining to do?
I beg your pardon?
You opened the AB gates before Clover and I got back, didn't you? I want to know why the hell you go and do something like that?
Sigma, take a look.
As she spoke, Phi gestured toward the line of AB rooms. Only one was open.
it's not like we opened them all up.
Yeah, that helps. So you're saying only one person or one pair jumped the gun here?
Yes.
Well, then who was it?
I opened it.
Yeah, no shit. So it was you. Figured as much.
Not really a big deal, okay? I mean, you came right back.
Yes, Dio. Yes, it is a big deal.
Why? If you hadn't made it back by the deadline, you'd have just defaulted to Ally.
No, not just. Are you telling me you didn't know? Oh my god, we're not going through this again. Fuck you, fuck you,
What?
fuck you, fuck you, fuck you.
Hey, not if both, then another one per.
Alright. Sorry. Cut me some slack, though, man. I didn't know.
You wouldn't have cared.
Sigma, who can see into the multiverse. I don't know about that one, Chief.
What the hell, bro?
I want to punch him so bad.
You said the room you went into was a treatment center, right?
Yeah?
If they treat people there, I'd think they'd have shelves of medicine and stuff. Did you find any Excelavir?
No. It's not really that kind of place. It just had those pods and that was it. Besides...
It's a jellyfish.
Yeah, just a jelly. Oh, I wonder if the jellyfish was medicine. Fuck.
Only one way to find out.
Clover has
Dio?
it.
Dio, down the hatch. And just to be sure, let's point up his ass as well.
Yeah, just for safety. Besides, if we'd found anything to cure Radical 6, we wouldn't have put Cork in the pod.
I see. Can the pod cure Radical 6?
No, unfortunately.
How do you know that?
Oh, well, it said on the screen next to the pods. Something about how it can provide relief from the symptoms, but it can't actually cure the disease. That's better than nothing, though. Oh, right, there's one more thing about the pods I should tell you. As quick as I could, I explained what the records had said about the pod's occupants and their cold sleep.
Cold sleep?
Are you suggesting that 3 of us were, until recently, cryogenically frozen?
Yeah, dude. If you can trust what we read, yeah.
Which of us are the pod people then?
Oh, you're using that term too, huh?
You said it.
I don't know. That's what I'm saying. It didn't say who they were, even when they were frozen.
So this cold sleep, that means they basically froze the body solid, right? Not like how a bear or something hibernates where it just slows way down.
Yeah, I think so.
So what would happen to the heart?
What?
Wouldn't it stop when you were put into a cold sleep?
Your heart stops.
Yeah. Oh! So if we go into cold sleep, our bracelets would come off.
Then we can just defrost ourselves right away.
You said there were 3 pods, right?
We'd only need to do it 3 times for the 9 of us.
Yeah, that's sure to go well.
Uh-huh.
I imagine that will work for you.
Uh-huh.
Perhaps not so much for me.
Oh no.
Oh, poor baby.
He wouldn't even fit. He wouldn't fit in there.
No, he wouldn't.
He
They need a
probably
bigger,
wouldn't,
they need a bigger pod.
Big pod for our big boy.
The armor.
Don't worry. I'm sure we'll figure something out. We should go have a look at any rate. We'll be able to come up with a plan once we know more.
Of course.
Wait, are we going right there? Oh. Do we have time for this?
What do you mean the cold sleep function doesn't work?
Oh. What? Huh.
I'm sorry.
Interesting.
You don't have anything to apologize for, Luna.
Wait. Then...
Zero Senior must have just locked it down.
But when Clover and I were here, it worked.
Yeah, I remember checking it.
Then that bastard set this up. Oh, that's low.
What the fuck?
It is not pleasant, but consider this. We have seen how thorough Zero is. Would he really have left such an obvious loophole?
Maybe I shouldn't have said anything. If Zero Jr. heard me, he could have shut it off.
Whatever the case, it is an unfortunate outcome.
Unfortunate? Really? You sure? Aren't you just a little bit relieved? After all, we were gonna get our bracelets off while you were stuck with yours.
How could you say that? I would never be so petty as...
Before Kate could finish, the announcer's voice echoed through the facility. Oh boy, we sure do have Quark as our partner, huh?
I sure do.
All players, please.
Boy, it sure would be low to choose Betray while he's basically dead.
No vote is recorded before.
That would be a dick move.
That would be kind of a dick move, wouldn't it?
It sure would be.
We should get back, guys.
I'm staying here. I can't leave Quark.
Are you nuts, old man? You're a solo. Luna and Phi could kill you.
Yeah, I know. I've only got 1 BP.
Exactly. If you don't vote, you'll default to ally. All they have to...
We won't. You
Oh my
stay,
God.
We won't change our vote.
Right. We always intended to choose ally.
I believe Dio's whole argument is, yeah, Luna's gonna kill you.
Yeah, like, okay,
Yeah.
try that with
Luna.
literally anybody else.
Luna has the same number of BP as you, Tenmyoji. Normally, the safe plan would be to choose, but since...
Well, I trust Phi and Luna. I'm sure they'll choose ally.
Sounds good. Okay, then Tenmyoji, take care of Quark.
You think I need you to tell me that? I won't take my eyes off him for a minute.
Come on.
Okay, super cool that you're grateful to us for, you know, kind of saving his life and all.
We don't have much time left. We need to go.
Anyway. Back at the Floor A warehouse, we opened the AB rooms. I love Kay's jingling so much.
Little jingle boy.
Until Ambidex game.
Yeah, whatever. Alright, Clover, we should probably head in too.
Okay. Sigma, do you remember what I said back in the other warehouse?
No, I wasn't paying attention. Yeah, you told me we should betray Quark since we might not get another chance like this. Right?
Yeah. Can I, take that back?
Huh?
I changed my mind a little bit after talking to Tenmyoji. I think we should choose ally.
Hey, that's more than just a little bit. That's like someone trading a Shih Tzu for a German Shepherd. What the hell happened with you two? Did he say something to you?
I can't tell you.
What? Why?
I just can't. You'd laugh if I did anyway.
I won't laugh.
Really?
Promise.
Well, I still can't tell you.
Hey, come on.
I promised. I told Tenmyoji I wouldn't tell anybody.
Alright, fine. I won't ask about it again. But Tenmyoji doesn't really have anything to do with this, right? Our opponent is Quark.
No, he does matter. Quark is really important to Tenmyoji. If we betray Quark, we're betraying Tenmyoji.
Well, not really, because then he'd die.
Come on, don't you remember? When we were going into
I
the
believe he
Red
needs this
Room
much
meeting?
convincing when in another timeline he was like, I would never harm a child. Like,
Yeah.
I didn't say there wasn't anyone I trusted, Clover. I just know.
I can't betray somebody who'd say that about me.
You seemed pretty ready to betray him back on floor B.
That's because I didn't know who he was.
Oh, so you're saying you know who Tenmyoji really is?
Well, if what he told me was true, yeah.
Huh. Huh. That's interesting.
What's interesting about that?
1 minute remains until Ambidex game polling closes.
That, like, Tenmyoji, who as far as I know is not a character from 999, is someone significant enough that Clover would know who he is.
Please. Choose ally.
You want to go in and try and vote yourself?
If I try, you'll just throw me off, right? I don't think I'm strong enough to fight you.
No, we very clearly
Also, you're the
exhibited
player
that.
character.
So,
Yeah, I am the player character. Alright. With that, I turned to face the voting machine. The question was, what would I do? Ally or betray? Just as Clover had said, betraying Quark was like betraying Ten Myoji. That wasn't even taking into consideration that Quark was just a kid. And he was infected with a deadly disease that would almost certainly kill him if we didn't do something. How could I betray someone like that? Only a monster would take advantage of a helpless child for their own gain. On the other hand, what Clover had said in the warehouse on floor B was true. It was unlikely that I'd get a chance like this again. If I chose betray, then I'd have 9 BP. Oh, okay.
It was like, listen, harming children is never right. Only a monster would do that.
But
going over the betray button.
I would be able to escape this godforsaken hellhole.
10 seconds.
So what would my choice
gotta
be?
consider both because both are options. Like,
yeah.
2, 1.
Anyway,
immediately.
Fucked up and evil.
I have no shame with this anymore.
Now,
Luka wants to see outside.
Luka's like going into like full-on Groundhog Day syndrome mode.
Yeah,
Or it's like whatever.
Whatever.
Actions have no consequences.
Yeah, exactly. You didn't see me push the button?
No.
Huh. Well, you'll know in a moment. Fuck them kids. What do you want to do after that is up to you. You can come with me if you want, or you can stay here. Your
That's as
choice.
good as saying you chose betray.
Mm-hmm.
Like, fucked up and evil Sigma.
Well, wouldn't you stand next to the door when you know you hit
Right?
betray?
Yeah, like, what the fuck, Sigma? I grinned and headed toward the display. Oh, he is.
He knows the result. There was no one voting. Right?
Yeah.
results from round, please.
Good thing Ten Myoji isn't here, so he won't beat me up.
He would murder you.
I'd be fucked up if it was betray. Like, what?
Oh god.
Or Brian goes, I know what you did.
Please.
Alright, I'm outie. Bye.
What did you do, Clover?
Sorry, it wasn't me.
Sigma, huh?
Yeah.
Care to explain this then?
No. What's there to explain? Exactly what it looks like. I'm getting out of here.
What?
Are you going with him, Clover?
When they all turned to look at Clover, I made my move. Fuck yeah! My feet pounded across the middle floor of the warehouse as I ran for the number 9 door.
Wait!
You'd have to do better than shout if you wanted to stop me. It was closer. I was almost there. I took one last running leap and slammed into the wall, the unlocking device right in front of me. With a yell of triumph, I threw the lever down. Oh shit! Sigma, do it! This is not going to go well.
Straight up like an ending where you escape. It's like such a bad vibes ending. Like...
Yeah. The door began to open. A heavy metallic grinding noise filled the room.
Shit, that son of a bitch actually did it?
His voice sounded almost surprised. I turned to face him. Sorry, but it looks like this is goodbye.
Sigma.
Don't worry. I'll go to the police as soon as I get out and come back with help. I'm not going to just leave you all here to die.
Give me that shit. I know a liar when I see one.
Really? Maybe you should get your eyes checked.
Are you guys just gonna let him run off like this?
No way. I can't allow that. He took advantage of a sick kid. He's just a coward.
Uh-huh.
Agreed.
I also agree.
That's it then. Let's get him.
Uh-oh.
Ready?
Uh-oh.
Yeah, he's toast.
What the hell? They're gonna murder me!
Just leave it to us.
Hey now, don't do anything you'll
genius.
regret. This sucks. This door only opens once, you know? If you stop me, then...
Charge!
Oh my god! Sigma's fucking dead.
I did invite a dozen perfect wrestlers at once. This isn't milk in my veins, it's victory wine.
I spun back around to face the door. There it was, right in front of me. Freedom. I leapt for it, or at least I tried. Oh, fuck. It happened in the blink of an eye. Suddenly, my cheek was being pressed against the cold steel floor of the warehouse.
The number 9 door has been opened. It will...
Yeah. Shit, let me go! Let me go, goddammit! I can feel something huge, heavy, and metal pressed against my back. Kay, is that your hand? Please tell me that's your hand. Kay had to be holding me down. I flailed and kicked, but it didn't do any good. What are you doing? You're just killing yourselves. The door only opens once if I don't...
I know. Go, Clover.
Huh?
Oh!
You're the only one of us.
Well, fuck! That rules, actually.
Oops.
Whoopsie doodle.
But this is an order from your commanding officer.
Wait.
You are to escape from this facility.
Huh?
Once you've accomplished that, call for help.
Wait. Huh?
That's...
What?
Stop complaining and go.
That's the line that we got in another timeline, but we didn't actually ever see her say that. But now we are seeing her say that.
Yeah, when the chips are down, I think she's always gonna command that. If she can.
None of us will get out of here alive. Leave.
What the fuck? The door had already begun to close. The space was narrowing quickly, but was still wide enough for a single person to make it through.
Fine. You didn't leave me much choice.
Oh god, kicked her ass. I couldn't see what had happened, but I heard enough to guess. Alice had shoved Clover through the door. Looking up, I could see Clover's feet just beyond the doorway. Hell yeah.
Alice! Go!
Is that hell yeah for Clover's feet?
Sigma would say that.
Call for help. I'm counting on you.
Alice! No! I can't!
Later. Bye.
The number this
Yeah, whatever.
Escape, please.
Stuff of everyone who hates you
Whoa,
so much.
That's a game over? What?
Betraying a child is bad?
Who would have figured? Alright, let's go do the good thing now.
Everyone please appreciate the meme I made to commemorate this ending.
Hold on. I have
I
to,
laughed very hard.
It's in chat.
I have to look at it. Which will take a second. That's really good. I like that a lot. Alright.
Sigma, do you remember what I said back
Stop.
in the other warehouse?
There we go. Sucks that sometimes the skip doesn't take effect immediately. I almost clicked betray again.
Again.
Fuck them kids.
Just keep doing it and enjoying the emotion.
Yeah.
Choose Sigma?
You didn't see me push the button?
No.
Huh. Well, you'll know in a moment. Let's go. I gave her a light pat on the shoulder and headed toward the wall where the results would be displayed.
Results from round 2 of the Ambidex game. Please.
Yeah, whatever. So... Okay, nobody get out. Interesting.
Points, please.
4 people in 8. Goddamn.
So you chose Ally, huh?
Yeah, Quark is sick, a kid, and unable to vote. I couldn't bring myself to betray someone like that.
Thank you.
Not,
tugs the collar.
Not in this timeline, anyway.
Like scientifically designed to be the most vulnerable, helpless little kid.
Yeah,
like...
exactly. No need to thank me. I only did what anyone would have. Whoa. I guess chose Ally too, huh?
Of course. Tenmyoji had only 1 BP left, and he was guaranteed to vote Ally, so there's no way we could betray somebody in that position.
If we had, then he'd...
Yeah, you didn't have much choice. Alice, Kay, and Dio, on the other hand, seem to have had a less pleasant round.
Hey.
Again.
What the hell is your
Who would have thought that Dio would slow down the points for Ronnie yet again?
Trying to kill me?
No, nothing like that.
Well then, what was it like? If we'd voted Ally,
You would be dead. The needles in your bracelet would have activated, killing you.
See? That's exactly what I'm talking about. I didn't think there was any way in hell you guys would choose Ally, not with Alice's BP at 1. The only way you could possibly vote was Betray. Picking Ally when I knew you guys would pick Betray would have been suicide.
You can't die. You've got 6 BP.
Well, maybe not
BP.
No. But I would have been signing my own death warrant. Heck, not just mine. Everyone except Kay's.
What?
What?
Didn't you think it through? Your vote was always gonna be Betray.
Oh.
Let's say I was a raving lunatic and picked Ally.
Oh my god, I don't need you to...
You see? That's why I chose Betray.
Yes, okay, Dio, you had a point for once.
I feel like I say this once per stream, but
yeah,
heartbreaking. Worst person you know makes excellent point.
Yeah.
I feel like he just justifies things after he says them, though.
Yeah, no, yeah, absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
The action comes before the justification.
Yeah.
I nearly added puzzles. Like, not completely, but like, you're getting there.
Ooh. What do I do without puzzle?
Story.
What the fuck?
Look.
As many times as we want, huh? That
We can
means...
play the AB game as many times as we want, right?
Hey, didn't Zero...
Oh my god, 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 oh my god. Don't care about colors!
Yeah, Alice, I think I...
Yep, I figured we would go immediately into color theory.
I never...
Just sooner.
So, what should we do now? It looks like we have a lot of time until the primary doors open.
Yeah, about 80 minutes.
I'm worried about Quark's condition. Those pods can't cure Radical 6. He still needs help.
Well, we don't have anything to lose, so we might as well look for that medicine. Excelavir, right?
Yeah. What about the rest of you?
Oh, I'll help.
As will I.
Me too.
Fine.
Sound too excited
What
there.
a fucking asshole.
I guess I can help.
What about you, Sigma?
Of
He has so many other plans.
Yeah, like, he's so much else to do.
Head is full of Mario speedrun.
What kind of a jerk wouldn't?
Okay. We should split up and search.
It's kind of weird how Alice hasn't gone, like, bonkers yet. After some discussion, Dio and Kay were assigned to the pantry, Luna and Alice to the treatment center, and Clover, Fi, and myself to the pressure exchange chamber.
Shall we regroup in the Floor B warehouse
The
10
pack.
minutes before the doors open?
We all nodded. Kay turned to Alice and Luna.
You are going to the treatment center, correct?
Yes.
Then please remember to tell Tenmyoji where we intend to meet and when.
Okay.
You must also remember to bring Quark with you. I am concerned about removing him from the pod, but it can't be helped. Without Quark's bracelet, Sigma and Tenmyoji will be unable to open the secondary door.
This is true.
Right. Good.
Oh my
So we
god,
got
I'm gonna
all
be
that
with...
straightened out.
Okay, that's gonna suck.
Let's go.
With a final nod to one another, we split up, each team heading in a different direction. That guy hates my guts.
Sometimes.
Right now he does. I betrayed him.
Yeah. Yeah.
You have huge guts.
Ugh, I do have the hugest guts. So, this is the pressure exchange chamber?
No, this is the prep room. There are 2 levels. The actual pressure exchange chamber is downstairs.
How do you know that?
Alice told me. She was one of the people who investigated this room.
Good cover. Did you talk to her when you were waiting for us back in the warehouse?
Yeah.
Well, let's head downstairs then.
Good idea.
Oh my god. You can see the Pop Zero. So this is the real thing.
Seems like it.
Why do they have something like this here?
Well, this is just what Alice told me, but...
Apparently the pressure inside the facility was a lot higher than the pressure outside. That was part of a system designed to keep the virus from getting in. It did mean, however, that we need to go through a decompression process in order to get outside.
Remember all those suits along the wall of the prep room?
Oh yeah, all the
Those
Amogus.
keep you from getting infected. You won't even be able to
The Amogai.
exchange
The
chamber if you don't
Amogai.
have them on.
I see. Whoa. And that newspaper article was right?
Unfortunately, that seems pretty likely.
So the air out there is teeming with Radical 6?
Yeah.
Something's been bothering me.
What is it?
Aren't you saying that if we put on those suits, we can go into the pressure exchange chamber and go outside, right?
Oh. No, we can't do that. The door beyond the pressure exchange chamber is locked up tight.
Yeah. Damn it. There's one door between us and freedom.
Well, if you look at it that way, it's the same as the number 9 door.
Correct. Okay, yeah, but...
Whatever. We need to be focusing on finding that Accelavir. Quark needs it.
Yeah, you're right.
I'll go look around upstairs.
Something tells me we're not
You
going to
two take
find it
this
in
floor,
this
all right?
specific room. Got it?
Okay.
Oh, look, it's a Pop Zero.
No.
So sad, he's
Oh,
dead.
goes to zero.
We looked everywhere we could think of, but turned up nothing. Eventually, I couldn't keep my mouth shut any longer. Hey, what do you think the deal is with the stuff about the world being infested with some crazy virus? The pandemic seems like it would make the news, but I don't remember hearing anything. Wait a minute, you mentioned it, didn't you? Back when Dio was asking questions? You were in the infirmary. It was right after Quark lost it?
Have any of you guys heard anything about any sort of viral pandemic?
Well, no. But
Then Alice said,
I have heard rumors about a virus being used as a bioweapon.
so what's the rumor she was talking about? I got the feeling you and Alice were talking about the same thing. Yeah, Clover, spill the beans. I'm listening.
Well then, beans.
Clover, what do you know? What are you and Alice anyway? Or do you guys belong to some sort of organization, but what is it?
The lesbians.
They're,
Please, stick with it.
they're lesbian.
Card carrying
Lesbians?
lesbians.
Lesbian.
Lesbi.
Like me.
Me.
And me.
Like me.
I have to
my,
give you an
like me
uppercut.
from my girlfriend,
Aww.
who is currently
I
patting
promise
my
to
head.
keep doing this.
Aww.
I'm so blessed.
Mwah.
Mwah, mwah.
This is so cute.
Shut
The stream immediately ends. Like,
The stream's over.
Mina
Oh,
shutting
no.
down.
it's a good game.
Yeah, great game. We beat it.
Oh.
Clover was quiet for a long time. She bit her thumbnail and looked down at the floor. Then she finally lifted her head and met my eyes.
fine. I think I can trust you. Just don't tell Alice, okay?
Fuck yeah! Alright.
Promise?
Promise. Clover nodded and began to talk. I listened with rapt attention at a complete loss for words. Here is what she said. Oh, yeah, I have to read it, huh? All right, hold on. Let me take a sippy really quick.
Unless you want one of us to.
You want to read it?
Sure, I can do it.
Okay,
if you don't want to, yeah.
Mina is powerful.
Okay. Alice and I are agents of the SIOS, which is under the jurisdiction of the Department of Defense. SIOS stands for Special Office of Internal Security, and we're an elite intelligence division that investigates potentially disruptive or dangerous elements, such as domestic or foreign terrorists, radical political splinter groups, and religious organizations with extreme agendas that could pose a threat to the state or citizenry.
Okay.
Our existence hasn't been made public, so there are only a few people who even know that we exist. You're probably wondering how I even got involved in something like that, huh? Well, it started when I met Alice.
Oh.
I told you that I've played the Nonary game twice before, right? Well, this was after the second time, so about a year ago. We just escaped, and we were all stuffed into this SUV barreling across the desert. I was driving.
Fuck yeah.
And that's when I saw her.
God.
Alice. She was standing next to the road with her thumb out.
And her cheeks all the way out as well, also.
Barefoot in the desert.
She was already working for the SOIS, so she'd been on her way to the building we've been trapped in as part of her investigation. That's your outfit for an investigation?
Really? God damn, lady.
But on the way there, her car had broken down. We offered to give her a ride, of course.
It's like the complete opposite of Lotus. It's like, oh, you got taken when you were belly dancing, whereas like Alice is just like, no, I dress like this all the time.
I just dress like this.
It's just my aesthetic.
Yeah.
After she got in and we started talking, it turned out that Alice had gotten the tip that the terrorists she was after were in the building we've been trapped in. We couldn't see how us playing the Nonary game had anything to do with the terrorists. But Alice had a suggestion. Maybe those two people who trapped you in there are the terrorists. That didn't seem very likely to us, but we were chasing after them anyway, so we decided to bring Alice with us. Unfortunately, we didn't find them. As far as we know, they're still out there now on the run.
Fuck yeah.
Anyway, we were taken back to SOIS headquarters and put into custody. I guess I thought that there had to be some kind of connection between us being kidnapped and the terror group they're investigating. But they mustn't have found anything, because after a few days of questioning, they let us go. We all went home and returned to our lives.
Okay.
But things didn't go back to the way they'd been. My mom got real worried about me and my brother, since we've gotten kidnapped twice now, so she hired bodyguards for us.
Cool.
Oh, I haven't told you about my brother, have I? He's super awesome, for one.
Fuck yeah, he is.
And he was in both of the last two Nonary games, too. So anyway, we've been grabbed twice. But the people behind the two Nonary games were totally different. That didn't matter to my mom, though, so after all that, these huge men in black suits followed me and my brother everywhere. It was awful. We were always being watched. People would look at us funny because we were being followed around by a bunch of creepy-looking guys. I couldn't stand it. Just when I thought I'd finally be free, all that was waiting for me was a different kind of prison.
Ooh.
The only time I was really happy was when I was hanging out with my brother. So we were talking over one day and we decided to leave.
Oh.
Like, right away.
Fuck yeah.
So we did. After that, we lived on our own.
What?
I worked in a cafe and he composed music.
Oh, Snake's so cool.
He's the coolest. He plays the harp and started writing this kind of new agey music. It got kind of popular, so we didn't have to worry too much about surviving. Sometimes he'd play at little venues like coffee houses and stuff, and his fans would show up and listen to him play and cry.
Wow!
Or some of them meet out their own and recite stuff from the book he'd written and play his songs. I know that sounds kind of like weird and culty, but they just do that stuff on their own, okay? It doesn't have anything to do with it.
Alright.
Anyway, we did that for a while, and then one day Alice showed up.
Oh, the saddest, Mario.
I need your help, she told us. We need people who can do what you can do. So we went to the location she gave us, and it turned out to be the headquarters of the SOIS, where they'd taken us after the second Nonary game. They put us in a room with about a dozen or so other people who were all about the same age as us. A bunch of them looked familiar, too. It only took me a moment to realize how we knew each other. They were the kids from the first Nonary game.
Oh, fuck.
We were all excited to see each other again, and we were hugging and shaking hands and stuff. And then Alice walked in. The whole room went quiet. She walked up to the podium and looked around the room, making eye contact with each one of us. Right now, a major organization is preparing for a major attack. They plan to trigger a viral pandemic. If they succeed, they will strike a massive blow against all of humanity, not just any one country. It's possible that we, as a species, will die out completely. We are doing our best to prevent this, but we need your help. You are what we call espers. You have the ability to access the morphogenetic field. We need that. I'm guessing you don't know about what any of that is, but it's basically like we can do this thing as kind of like telepathy. I mean, it isn't really telepathy, but that's probably the closest thing, okay?
Okay.
Espers can resonate the consciousness with another person through this thing called the morphogenetic field. The purpose of the first Nonary game was to research this ability. So they kidnapped kids who had the potential to do it and threw them into the game. Alice had gathered up all the kids from that experiment. Well, I mean, it had been 9 years since it happened, so we weren't really kids anymore. Anyway, everybody she brought in was an Esper. I included me and my brother, of course. I bet you think I'm just making all this up, huh? I don't blame you. It is pretty crazy. I mean, I was even starting to forget I could do that stuff. But when I heard Alice's story, I was like, screw that. I was trying to move on with my life, and now some shady government creeps wanted me to use some weird ability that I had for them? No way. I wasn't even sure I could do it anymore. Some of the others felt differently, though, and they told Alice they'd do it. It was a job, after all, and most people wouldn't turn down a salary like that. Oh, right, I forgot to tell you. She told us how much they'd pay us if we helped. It was a lot. More wealth than you can imagine.
Cool.
But I was still totally against doing it. My brother told me that he'd go along with whatever I decided, so I decided we were leaving. A couple days passed, and then Alice showed up at our apartment. She didn't waste time. The people behind the first Nonary game might have been part of the terrorist organization Alice and the SOIS were after. Wasn't that, she asked, something I might want to know more about? That got me curious. My brother, too. But the clincher was what Seven said to us.
Mention of the boy!
He was one of the guys that got abducted with us for the second Nonary game. She called him on her phone right then and there and handed it to us. You guys are the only people who can do this. We don't know where Junpei is. He's gonna have to travel the world looking for Akane.
Of course he is.
I haven't been able to get a hold of him. Please. Just do me a favor and help Alice out. Junpei is like Seven, another participant from the second Nonary.
Thanks.
I love that this is like an epilogue for the first game.
Yeah,
bundled
right?
in
Yeah.
with story stuff.
Seven was a Japanese policeman, which was probably how Alice got in touch with him.
Also, Clover, how did you do verbal footnotes?
Yeah, how'd you do that? Just wrote it down on like a sticky note.
She says TN out loud and then says it.
Translator's note.
Akane equals plan.
Basically.
Anyway, that did it. My brother and I agreed to join the SOIS. For the next couple of months, all I did was train. Half of the time it was general knowledge and technical skills an SOIS agent needed, and the other half was learning to strengthen our Esper abilities. They'd actually known about Espers for quite a while, and had a lot of techniques that helped us get better and stronger.
Fuck yeah!
After several months of hard work, we were finally ready for our first field missions. Mine was infiltration. My brother stayed at the base so I could relay information back through him. I was supposed to sneak into a research facility, posing as one of their workers, and then use the morphogenetic field to transmit what I found back to my brother. But everything went wrong. It was a trap. The whole research facility was fake and I got captured.
Oh, fuck.
Alice had to come and rescue me. I've been sending information about the inside of the facility to my brother, and Alice used that information to come and find me. Alice had to come and rescue me. I've been sending Oh, sorry, there. As soon as she got here, she picked me up and carried me out.
These bitches gay.
I was relieved to happy and be alive and free, but I also felt ashamed and miserable. While she was carrying me back out, I started to cry. Crying at a woman's touch? You are gay.
You are gay.
Yeah.
She was just so cool, and I wasn't.
Completely straight things to say.
I wanted to be just like her. Gay. So from that day onwards, I did everything I could to be more like Alice. I even dressed like her.
Yeah,
I got my titties out.
I'm a slut. You slut up. Not for anyone's attention, to be like your idol, you know.
Yeah.
Like,
My infiltration ended in failure, but we did manage to get something useful.
a
In fact, we were able to figure out. What their headquarters was.
Cool.
The directors decided that December 25th, 2028 would be the day that we would strike.
On Christmas?
Maybe she got paid more.
Yeah.
No, her field manager is a Buddhist. He doesn't believe in Christmas.
Oh, fuck.
This time, I promised myself we wouldn't screw it up. I was finally going to get some answers about something that had been with me for most of my life.
Oh.
But then, on December 22nd, 3 days before the raid, Alice and I were attacked by people in gas masks while we were going over our plans.
And you wound up here. Good job, Mina.
Thank you.
You did
I'm going to take a
good.
big sippy.
Take a big sippy. When you woke up, you were in the warehouse?
Yeah.
All of that talking seemed to have tired Clover out. She sighed and her
Sure
long
did.
hair swayed as she moved. Hey, I had a few questions.
What are they?
Well, first off, your, powers, I guess? I'm guessing you can't use them right now?
Yeah. I'm not really sure why. I've been sending my brother messages ever since I woke up, but
No response?
yeah.
The phone's off the hook.
I'm stronger, but that's just wishful thinking. Wait.
What?
Well, if there's someone else who's stronger than me, then they kind of absorb my powers.
What?
Maybe. No, never mind. That's probably not it.
Right. Whatever. I have some other questions, so moving on. I think I understand what Alice was talking about now. They were trying to spread that virus, right? Okay. So who are they?
Well, I can't tell you that.
What? Why not? Tell me all that other stuff, but this is too much?
Well, Alice would be mad at me.
I already told you I wouldn't tell her.
But
Fine, let me rephrase. When are they going to do it?
well, if we knew that, we wouldn't have gone to all that trouble.
So you don't know?
No. All we know is soon.
That could mean just about anything?
Yeah, it could be next week or next month or even next year. Or it could have happened already.
Wait, you mean they might have already released that virus?
Wouldn't that make the most sense? Like, how about this room? Or that newspaper article? And the 3 people who were put in cold sleep.
Are you saying you, me, and Alice were frozen and the pandemic happened while we were on ice? Wait, no, that doesn't make sense. Nobody else has heard of Radical 6 either.
Maybe they're lying.
Really? All 6 of them?
Well, if Kay really does have memory loss, then it's only 5. Quark is out too.
So you're saying Tenmyoji, Dio, Phi, and Luna are all lying. Luna is lying to us.
Do you think she can or has ever lied?
I don't think so. Yes, they are a little suspicious, except Luna.
Right?
And what's their motive?
How would I know?
And what's the motive for a terrorist organization to start a pandemic?
I heard it was something about purifying the unclean?
Purifying the unclean?
Oh, unclean, 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 unclean.
What? What are you doing?
Shut up. Just hold on a minute. I'm this close to remembering. Unclean, clean, een.
What? Well, hello? She leapt up, suddenly excited.
Neostigmine.
Yeah? Ew, what?
Did you forget it already? I'm talking about this stuff.
She just injects it into Sigma's neck.
Where does she keep it?
Don't worry
Up
about
her ass.
it. You know.
Like, look at her pockets and tell me she can put a phone in them.
That's her ass pocket.
She keeps it clenched tightly between her buttocks at all times.
As she spoke, she pulled something out of her pocket. It was the injection gun, complete with a vial of medication. Oh, right. I remember that. It was in the safe in the treatment center, right?
Yeah.
I didn't have any idea what it was, though, so I gave it to you.
Exactly.
Are you saying you've heard about this neostigmine stuff before?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I just remembered.
I don't like that it's playing this track. You remembered?
My brother told me about that. Neostigmine is a type of cholinesterase inhibitor. That means it's a sort of antidote for tubocurarine.
Oh, shit.
Ready for the cascade?
Sorry, but I still don't get it.
How easy do I have to make it? Ugh. Okay, fine. I'll start at the top, alright? The stuff I've got in here is neostigmine, which counteracts the muscle relaxant tubocurarine. Following me?
Tubocurarine is the poison in our bracelets, right?
Right. It's the second thing we get injected with if we're penalized.
First, is this
Right. So this exists.
It exists, and you know where to find it.
Yes.
And there is one of them.
Right. So you're saying this neostigmine keeps it from working?
Yes! Oh my god, how many times are you going to make me say it?
So we can just inject ourselves with this if we get penalized?
Yeah, we don't have to die. We're going to be okay. We can only pull the trigger once, though.
That means we can only use it on one person?
Yeah.
Well, it's still good news. This means one of us can break the rules once. Like, let's see.
The best way to use it would be for sneaking through the number 9 door.
You're right.
If somebody gets 9 points, they can open it, right? With this stuff, somebody who doesn't have 9 points could still leave with them. Anyway, I'm gonna go tell Alice.
What? Hey! Clover, wait! Clover! Oh, fuck. It was too late. Clover was already on the left and gone. Damn. I was, I think, understandably upset. With no stairs, my only choice was to wait for the lift to come back down. Oh, yeah, right. As soon as it was back, I jumped on and headed upstairs.
Thankfully, they spared you watching it take like 5 minutes to descend.
Uh-huh. Vi, where did Clover go? Vi, can you hear me? She didn't say anything, just stared at me with her mouth half open. Her eyes seemed slightly glazed, and her body was unnaturally stiff. Vi? Grabbed her shoulder and shook her gently. Slowly, she raised her arm, fingers drooping limply from it. She gestured toward the exit that led away from the warehouse. That way? To another door? Vi's only answer was a slow, shallow nod. Right, got it? Thanks. Headed for the exit, then pause.
You just gonna leave with that?
You look pretty tired. Some rest, right? Still no response. There was something odd about her, but catching Clover seemed like more of a priority. I turned back around and jogged out the door toward the treatment center. So Vi has the Radical 6. I like how even Sigma is not sure that's the right thing to do.
Yeah.
That's the first time we've seen that happen to Vi. Or Phi. Fuck.
Hello.
Wrong name.
Are you thinking of some Vi character?
Well, no. Huh? This is weird. Where is everybody? Oh, fuck. I'd assumed Alice would be in the treatment center, so Clover would have gone there to find her, but the room was empty. Luna and Tenmyoji were gone too. He left work, and the readout in his pod said his vital signs were still normal. As far as I could tell, he was still asleep. Fine, guess it's time to look somewhere else. Made my way out of the treatment center. Okay. It happened to everybody now, huh? Everybody's in a big dead puddle in the main warehouse. Hey, you know what's great? Hey, you know
You're
what's...
just warping?
Hey, yeah, hey, you know what's super cool? The fact that I'm just warping to all these rooms!
So that they can do it.
They can do it! They elected not to.
I don't know if it's that simple, to be honest. Loading stuff into memory can be weird sometimes.
I guess if you're loading the actual puzzle rooms where you need to like do things, maybe they need that time anyway. Whereas here it's just like images.
I think it's mostly moving between floors as well.
Cause yeah, I mean, imagine they're going by the 3DS as their like limit for what they could do.
Yeah.
Maybe. Oh, everybody's gonna be dead in here, I bet.
Nah, everything's going great. The music was so cheery.
Yeah, it was so good. And not terrible. I ran into the room and stopped short. I might as well have run to a brick wall. My chest tightened so much I could barely breathe. No. What happened? Felt my whole body convulse. Whether from terror or nausea, I couldn't tell. My legs went limp and I crumpled to the floor. Something sticky pressed against the palm of my hand and I looked down to see blood. A vast, warm pool of fresh blood stretching out across the room, lapping at my legs and hands. Why? This can't be real. How could... what? How did... What?
Oh!
You were looking in other rooms, remember?
Right, so she got in here and killed herself, presumably.
Joined the cuddle puddle.
What a great cuddle puddle. In the middle of the lake of blood, like an island of flesh were bodies. 1, 2,
But hey, at least Dio's dead.
5, 6. Kay's not here.
Yeah, Kay's the only
very,
one that can.
It'd be very difficult for him to kill himself.
That's true. They were a bloody tangle of lifeless limbs and dead eyes. With too much blood and chaos for me to tell who was who. No, it's fairly simple, actually. Had they sliced themselves open or stabbed one another? I couldn't tell. All the blood, too much blood. Whatever they'd done, it was clear what tool they'd used to do it. A single scalpel. The scalpel lay in the blood next to them, its handle and blade streaked with gore. This was how they had died. This tiny blade. Oh god, this is it. It's all over. This is how it ends. That's right. I have to end it. This nightmare will finally be over. Time to wake up. Okay. My fingers scraped across the floor as I picked up the scalpel. I lifted it slowly, carefully to my neck as if someone were guiding my hand with theirs. And drew it across my throat. Oh god, that's so red. Wait, what? Wait, what? Huh? What? Huh? Why is it red?
You found it.
Is that an ending?
Yeah, it's an ending. You got it.
What the fuck?
That's basically this game's equivalent to the knife ending from 999, where it's like you do get some answers, but you also have more questions.
Yeah, no shit.
And yeah, I'm very happy that you got that one after finding out Sigma's arm blood color.
That's the Clover ending?
That's the Clover ending.
I guess because you get the big like Clover reveal stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, look at all those. Look at all those.
Okay, look. Okay, I got that one there. I got that one there. I got that one there. Is that it?
There's one more.
Two more. You got two more on the right.
No,
I think both of those are already open though.
Yeah, this one.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
this is locked and this is already open.
Yeah.
Okay.
Look at all that. Delicious.
Ah.
Oh wait, are all these game overs specific to a character?
Uh-huh.
Oh, so one of these is another Luna game over?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
That is in fact okay.
So I could be wrong, but I think like the one that was open on the left is actually really short.
Yeah, because everybody here is like already dead, right?
Yeah. Yeah, well, yeah, because the problem there was, how do we save someone from the injection?
You know what?
Do you want to end off on ending?
Yeah, I think so.
Let's do it.
Because then, like, on Wednesday, we can just go bang, 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 and do it all.
Yeah. Let's do it. Let's do it.
Hell yeah.
That was a really good stream.
Yeah.
I had a lot of fun with that one. Fuck. Okay, we're so close.
You can taste it.
We are so close. Oh my god. I mean, as friends, but also as, like, we're almost done the game.
Is there either two endings or two more play throughs or one really long one? I'm not sure.
Could be a really long one.
Yeah.
Could be a really long one.
We could do a really long one on Wednesday, but like some of these
Yeah.
endings are really long. So
yeah, I was gonna say if you want to try and shoot for finishing it Thursday, you might want to go longer Wednesday days.
Well, there is now an open possibility that we could maybe do a Thursday.
Well, let's not plan for that.
Let's not plan for that, but like if it does happen, we can do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I feel like Wednesday is going to be the last opportunity for me. Unfortunately.
Oh no!
Back to work next week.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Me too.
That's shitty.
I return to my pocket in time and space, where I can no longer attend the streams.
Oh no, that's sad. But
Yeah.
I will try to make. We'll try to make the Wednesday one a real good one, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The best one.
I mean,
and then the ending stream will be like blah, whatever, you know. All right. Hey, tomorrow I'm gonna play Moon, and that'll be cool. Moon. Hold on, I can actually put the schedule on the screen. Pretty sure. I just need to not have this be the schedule that is on the screen real quick. That'd be cool. There we go.
Fuck Souls, what the hell is that?
I don't know. Hey, you know what's cool though?
Why does it say November? Oh, I get it.
Yeah, that was an old one.
Where are you looking?
The stream.
The stream.
Yeah, it's not showing anything.
No, the Twitch stream.
The stream.
Yeah, the Twitch stream. Oh, now it's
Oh, okay. Okay.
There's a delay, I guess.
So yes, we'll do Moon tomorrow. Hey, I got a code for an outcry, and I'm super hyped.
I'm really excited for that too. I'm putting some time off on Friday so I can attend that.
That was my standout game of the Haunted PS1 demo disc, so that's exciting. Really cool. It's very trans. It's also very gay. So it's good. That's it. That's Warfy, remember, that's the one that I almost didn't play. Because I think you were there, because it had the tags like transphobia, homophobia, fascism, and I'm like, oh, okay. Seems a bit heavy. And then I was like, fuck it, we'll try it. And then it turned out to be like the best thing I played in that whole thing. It's really cool. And I'm excited to play it. So we'll do that. Yeah. Hey, friends and girlfriend, thank you for hanging out.
It was super fun as always. Thank you for providing the platform.
Thank you for having us.
It was incredibly fun, and we got to be super gay.
Yeah. You sure did.
I sure did. I always relish an opportunity to be super gay as publicly as possible.
We got a little cameo from our beloved correspondent at the top of the show.
Our beloved slime correspondent. You guys were gay. Started off with gay, actually, now that I think about it.
It's a big gay sandwich.
Big gay sandwich.
Lots of meat inside.
Lots.
Oh my god.
Lots of meat.
Lots of ham.
Lots of ham, yeah.
All right.
Slapped my tummy.
All right. I love you all. I hope you have a wonderful morning, afternoon, or night. And as always, a good sleep.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.